sales, 2.54 to be precise. And apart from that, I'm currently going to close another client of my life, like a big client for around 30 lakhs, I'm guessing. Let's see, I'll be going there. And like since I have been doing these classes, I have not completed my sales module as of now. So that was one thing. Apart from that, I like one of my friends had a problem in closing his advertising agency client. The client was based in the USA. So he wanted to close him for $5,000 and I closed him.
That's brilliant.
Took a call on his behalf. I was on the call and I closed that guy. Last week I have closed almost 7. Before that, in 2 clients. Before that, to close that amount, I need to at least have 3 to 4 clients. So obviously, I have increased my price, increased my way of pitching it, and the process and everything. It's really giving us a confidence to move ahead with the prices as well. So thank you so much, and team.
So the first win that I had was yesterday. I had my first sales call soon after coming back, and I got her in the bag. At 37,000 a month, I raised my prices, and the confidence was given because of the mindset challenge. That go ahead and raise the price, and you're worth it, and you're worth the the value that you're providing is simply insane. And that confidence came from the conversation that I had as it was unfolding. I said, okay, you know what, I can go ahead and charge this, and she's going to pay it. So that was my very first win. 2,22,000 was the revenue.
In terms of revenue, I have shared a kind of a highest kind of a quotation with a client till my what you can say, profession in last so many years, and it's going to be converted maybe another day or two. So this is kind of a I've got from this community and this exercise.
Now what I feel now, guys, I earlier was getting desperate in two sense कि इसको समझ में क्यों नहीं आ रहा है, इतनी अच्छी मशीन है, and then why is he not taking the decision? It is such an important machine. It's just that I was not able to pass on the message properly. Now I have 3 people who are arranging finance, and another 3 set of people who want me to meet their family and explain it to them. So
That's phenomenal, Rohit.
hopefully 2-3 weeks I'll have around 20 lakhs of sales. So
3 things. One, we have been consistently blocking the number we discussed. So those 3 deals per week. So we've been doing it for last 3 weeks consistently. This month, August, proved for us the highest closures in the history of the yards.
Would you like to share the number?
We touched 25.
So last week I have closed the deal up to 10 lakhs, I think. So
What?
yes. So
That's brilliant.
it was-
Great job.
Yeah, I remember, so we have been doing this from last 12 years. I remember last year when I quit my job and I had a plan in my head that, okay, this is how I'm going to work for this particular year. But then meanwhile, Priyanka decided to go with Smita. The journey had been crazy, and it's not just the revenue that we saw in our business. It's a certain level of emotional connect that we have with this team. Thanks for not giving up on us. Thank you so much. I mean, you've seen my mood swings. I just had a vision. This team actually gave me the methodology to move forward, step by step. Saw failures, they held my hand like a small baby, pushing me always. I can't thank you guys enough. I know आप लोग कहाँ से आए हो, ऐसे लोग होते हैं दुनिया में, हमें अब पता लगा. It's not just revenue, it's not just profits that we have seen. We are able to upgrade our lifestyle. We are able to take tough decisions, invest in big things. Regardless of the fact that we increase our revenue, I was talking to someone today that we again stuffed in about 32 lakhs in our business last year. And that's buying new equipment, new cameras, increasing the team. We did not have a courage to hire somebody for above 25,000 of salary, right? And we have a resource who is taking about 70,000 a month. So that courage actually came from this team.
Now they know us so much कि मतलब मुझे जो 10 साल आदित्य को समझने लगे, but I think now they वो जान गए आदित्य कैसा है, and they know कि उसको कैसे दौड़ाना है, and so actually they are like angels. And आप जो connect इनके साथ मतलब ऐसा सालों में आप रिश्तेदारों से नहीं बना पाते हो जो इनके साथ एक साल में हो गया. So I don't want to मतलब मैं इमेजिन नहीं कर सकती हूँ कि नहीं होंगे अगर हमारे साथ तो जर्नी कैसे होगी है, राइट? थैंक यू सो मच.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back on day 2. And you guys are here. I'm so excited and thrilled to have you here because today is going to be a game changer in your history, in the way you look at sales, in the way you approach sales, in the way you ever do sales. And that's my commitment to you. For a lot of you, today is going to be a big, hard-hitting day. So wear your seat belts on because you're going to need it, and be completely focused. Keep away everything that you're doing and give your 200% for the next 2.5 hours that we're going to be here, because today we're going to reveal some very in detail depth facts about sales, high ticket closing, which is something that people rarely speak about. You know, people keep jumping webinar after webinar, sales bootcamp after bootcamps, books, videos, all of that. But there is one very essential aspect of selling and making money, which is rarely spoken about, which is rarely addressed, and people think sales is just about, oh, I need to use this script and I need to use that script, and that's not how sales works. Sales is way more than that. And there are some crucial aspects of selling. If you don't have those things fixed in your business, that's going to be a gap forever, and that's going to be like a burnout method to approaching sales for the rest of your life. And we're going to fix that today. We're going to change that today. So bring your entire focus here and bring your complete attention, because we have a lot of work to do and some phenomenal work to do, because that's going to change your approach to selling. And we're also going to be doing the high ticket persuasion script, which will take sales out of your place for the rest of your life. And you're going to have conversations with your prospects in a way that feels, or that makes them feel like connection, that makes them feel like someone truly cares, and not just to pretend, but to actually bring that into a conversation. I'm going to show you how to do high trust building conversions, not just forcing, pushing, aggression, or any of that. But before we go ahead, I would like to know what have been your GM moments from yesterday. So go to the chat box and tell me what have your GM moments, then what have been your GM moments from yesterday, because I want to know what have you learned, what was your awareness, what was the insight that you got yesterday when you went to sleep, what is the thing that made you realize, probably I was missing this, or I was not doing this, or this is the thing that needs to change. So go to the chat box and tell me. By the way, for the guys who are going to attend all 3 days, interact with me all 3 days on chat for the questions I'm asking, for participations I'm asking, because today is going to be about a lot about participation. So people who are going to attend with me all 3 days and interact with me all 3 days for all the questions and interactions that's needed, you have 3 extra special bonuses coming your way, and I'm going to tell you what that is. So for the guys who are interactive, who are going to be attentive, and when I say interaction, that means treat it like, you know, you've come to an offline seminar, and treat it as if you're sitting here with me live, offline. And how would you participate? How would you interact with your full attention, full focus, you know, curious, participating? If there's a question asked, that's the kind of participation I'm talking about. So for that, people who are the serious ones and want to really make a difference in their business, are serious learners and have that learning mindset, you have 3 special gifts or bonuses from my side as a reward or appreciation for your focus, for your attention, for your dedication. Let me tell you what that is. Number 1, remember yesterday we did power words. I'm going to give you a list of 70 power words which you can immediately use in your business, in your sales conversations, in your offers, in your marketing, or any form of communication, to create an instant shift in the way your prospects perceive you. That's a game changer. The second bonus gift that comes for people who are participating and attending with me for all 3 days is, business owners spend a lot of time being busy, but at the end of the day, they're not productive. And they never know why, and they go through this in cycle, in loop, and that's what their month on month and month looks like. And I don't know how many of you here like that, or if you're here like that, go and say me in the chat box so that I know you experience that. For business owners to stop being just busy and rather being productive and be efficient, we are going to give you a very, very powerful tool. That's our decluttering sheet, which we use with our participants in our long-term journey. That's going to come to you as a special gift and appreciation from my side. Doing that sheet is going to help you clear off a lot of time in your schedule, help you be more productive, make more revenue, and most importantly, not just be busy, in fact, get more time with your family, have a better quality of life. And when you work for outcome, you work for an output, not just be busy. And that's a game changer sheet for people. Whomsoever has done that, they've been blown out. So that's your second gift coming your way. The third and one of my favorite gifts that's coming your way is this. For all of you who have been chasing your clients, running after your clients, have clients ghosting you, don't know how to convert clients, and your clients act high and pricey, I'm going to give you a very powerful tool that will take away the chasing, the ghosting, the clients acting high and pricey. And you don't have to be a brand, you don't have to have any presence on social media. You can start on zero today. You will still be perceived as a high value brand, you'll be perceived as an expert, you'll be perceived as a credible figure, and your clients will start chasing you to get work done from you. So that's a very powerful tool that's going to come your way. So it's a list of, there's something called as lead magnets. Tomorrow, if you get a chance, I'm going to cover that. So there's a list of tools that you can use for not just like a freebie, but as a lead magnet. That means, as the name says, it's a magnet that attracts relevant leads into your business. So I'm going to give you a list of those lead magnets which you can pick and choose and use in your business, which we customize when we work with you long term. But I'm going to give you the list so that you can pick and choose and make that possible for you in your business. This is a 3 extra special gifts and appreciation for the highly interactive, serious people, for the participating ones from my side. But you need to be present all 3 days, interactive all 3 days. So if yesterday you've been sitting as a backbencher, today is your turn to take chance, to take charge, and to come forward and work with us, because there's so much more to do. Yes? Ready? Yeah? Give me some ready in the chat box quickly. Let me see where's the energy gone with the gifts and the appreciation coming your way. All right, I love this. Brilliant, great job. So I'm going to now quickly just go through some GA movements, and then we're going to get started on today. Using words that don't portray confidence in my product and mindset, that's brilliant, that's very, very powerful. How to address the fear of the prospects in a subtle way, my GA movement, absolutely. Sorry. Mastering to interact the subconscious mind of the clients, absolutely. We're interacting with only 10% of the brain of the buyer. That's such a game changer, right? That's so powerful to know that, because now you know why the sales are not coming your way. And today I'm going to show you how to talk to the 100% of the mind, because we're going to actually use a script which is going to talk to all 3 aspects of the mind. GA Movement was talking about subconscious mind and conscious mind. I tried it today with my prospect. I would like to know how was it for you if you tried that today with your prospect. I learned how I should make clients feel about the feel of after they bought our product, which is so crucial and which we forget to mention, because we're talking about features, benefits, list, and all of those things. I try to connect which was missing. Also, when I'm writing emails, etc., let me know these phrases I had removed. I tried to read their mind, though was not great. I felt I'm doing better than yesterday. All right, so that I didn't get completely hang over what you're saying, but okay, what I'm understanding is you're trying to use, or your attempt is to use more, again, right? See, change of words. Trying to use more power words, or your attempt is to use more power words. See the change, right? I just immediately did that right now. And that is the power of the right words, and that's the power of using the right words. It completely shifts the meaning of what you're trying to say. Yeah? So your attempt is to use the power words in your communication, which is going to be very, very powerful for you. Got to know that sales is not about tactics, discounts, and quality, but rather more about emotions. It absolutely is. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay, we've got a lot of messages coming in. Realized more of what I already knew, but somewhere forgot in the chase. That's brilliant. I could have actually have a longer conversation. Yes, I realized I used all those wrong words we discussed yesterday. Now I know what to do. All right, brilliant. Okay, there's a lot of messages coming in. So keep going. I will read it towards the end for sure. But right now, let's get started because we have some great work to do. You know, getting started, there's something that showed up in one of our participants' WhatsApp group. We have different communities and different WhatsApp groups. We have a common community that happens in the community place, but we also have a WhatsApp group for each of the batches. So one of our batches going through a mindset challenge. You know, we take all our participants through 45 days of rewiring of their mindset. We take them through their self-belief, their money mindset, their sales mindset, how they approach their business and so on. So there's a lot of inner work that happens along with strategies, along with teaching them the sales skills, along with all of this. It's because it's a combination. You know, high ticket is about mindset, strategy, and perspective. You get all three of this, you see the results shift because you need all three of this. It's not either or. Yeah, and that's what we do. We do a combination of all three, and that's where our people get such phenomenal results. So one of our groups are going through the mindset segment of the money mindset segment, and they shared something, you know, in the WhatsApp group, and it just struck me about what I spoke to you yesterday, and I thought I'll put this up for you to look at it and see the power of what this actually does. You know, so just hold on. Let me just take you through this.
चलो आता हूँ फिर चिकन खाने चलेंगे.
Here is the screen of what somebody's saying. Now, there's this participant. She comes from a background of being into marketing for more than 25 years, being into, you know, I think she's from a business background. She's an interior designer. Now she's also diverted into a segment of being a therapist and hypnotherapist. And as she went through this mindset challenge, see herself working on herself and understanding these things so much, she realized something hugely wrong that she was doing in her business. That is, she said that today I saw exactly how mine has been running. That's her subconscious pattern. She said, I came up with one of the most self-destructive campaigns without even realizing it. I spent nearly a lakh of rupees between funnel building, web setup, ads, and I priced it at $299 as a hook. I gave massive value for $299, got overbooked with completely unqualified leads who only wanted free readings, and I couldn't convert a single one. And you know what? This wasn't the fault of the lead. This was my fault. This was my subconscious program. And actually, from receiving, my so-called lead magnet turned into a nightmare because it was never designed to receive. It was designed to overgive. Now I see why my campaigns haven't been working. I've not been in receiving mode. I've been in the overgiving mode. She realized how a subconscious block is translating into her business in a form of irrelevant leads, in the form of a wrong funnel, in the form of a wrong campaign, in the form of wrong lead magnets. And everything in the external looked wrong until she worked and came to this. She kept saying, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem. When we even looked at her ad in the beginning, we wanted to give her feedback. She said, no, you know, I've worked a lot on this. I don't want to change the ad. We said, all right, go do it. Because we knew it's not going to work. And when that awareness came from within, when she realized well, it's a challenge, and that's why now she's realized it, that it was her internal block, not even ready to look at what externally needs to change. And that's how your mindset actually works. You know, there's another participant who was one of the most introverted person that I've ever seen, who's barely spoken, but as he went through the entire segment, he spoke out, and which was very powerful for me to observe. He said, I found one of my biggest weakness to be inconsistency. I usually have clear goals and a path towards them, but I fail at taking consistent action. I hesitate to quote higher rates to client. I feel discomfort about saying the rate and feel it will alienate them from me when they hear the rate. And so on. And how has he realized about what has he been doing? Because in the last few years, what he realized is he faced financial setbacks and he was not willing to invest into his business. And now that he's gone through it, he's realized that he's more ready to invest into business, invest and take actions into his, business. And that has been showing him slow and gradual shifts or results or, progress that has been happening in his business with that change of mindset. And that's the power of shifting your mindset. That's the power of changing how you approach towards your work, how you approach towards your business, because it's all about your approach. If you're thinking it's on the client on the other side, it's on the people on the other side, it's the market on the other side, until you don't take charge and you don't sit in the driver's seat and you don't evaluate about what is your approach that's creating a problem in the external results, there is no way that you can create a shift or a change in your business. Yeah. So today we are going to unlock that. Today we are going to fix all of those aspects. We are going to put that in place, identify and also implement some strategies that's going to take that away from you. How many of you would love that? Go and see me in the chat box. My skincare brand. Okay guys, again, just so that we are on the same page. Day 3 for Q&A. I'll take all your Q&As on day 3. Any questions you have right now, if you're really impatient, you want to put it in the chat, you're free to do that. I may not answer it. Team, if you take the chat, you can answer it. That's completely fine because I can't be speaking and looking at the chat because we'll get distracted. Or you all have a coach assigned to you. Okay, so you can reach out to the coach, ask them questions. They're all trained to answer your questions. So go ahead and reach out to them and they will more than happily answer your questions. So please reach out to them. All right. Can you guys see my video? I've been told no video is coming. Can you guys see my video? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so there is no problem with my videos. You need to fix your internet. Right. Okay, so please no questions so that we're not diverted. For people who have questions in the assignment that we did yesterday, again, please reach out to your coaches. These are people who have definitely tried to call you at least once before yesterday and between yesterday and today. So you must have the number. If no, team, I hope you'll have dropped a message to them as well and they have some number to reach out to you all. If no, give them the support number and then you all can direct them to the right coach. Okay. If you don't have any number and don't know where to reach out, the team is going to drop in the support number. Send a message on the support number with your question. They will direct you to the right coach and they will tell you which coach is going to call you. Also tell them which coach is going to call them so that they know whose call they're supposed to expect. Okay? Cool? Right. Yeah, there's a support number for you guys for all the technical challenges, for all the assignment help, for all the insights you need, any questions you need, reach out. For anybody who was not here yesterday and today is your day 1, please go and tell me day 1 in the chat box so that I know you've missed it and I'll try and do a little 2-minute quick recap, though I can't go into full details and depths of it. For the ones who are not there with us yesterday and today is your first day, you missed the day 1, please go and tell me day 1 in the chat box. Okay. All right, cool. So here's what I'm going to do again. Team, what I would want is for the coaches to reach out to the guys who are putting in day 1 in the chat box, give them a little quick brief by tomorrow, not today, obviously today they can attend today, but give them a little gist of what we did yesterday so they're covered up and they have complete clarity on what we did yesterday. But just to give you a little gist, yesterday what we understood is why is it that people don't pay high ticket. What is the reason that people are not getting converted through a sales conversation because you're only talking to 10% of the mind? And we spoke about 3 different aspects of human mind that takes decision. We spoke about power words that actually creates conversion, that actually triggers an emotional response and how to use those power words. And we also did something very important, that's the best framework. That is something that a coach will reach out to you and explain to you because that needs a little longer explanation. So best framework as to understanding where your client is even before you get on a sales call, with certain aspects of them, to understanding what is going to shift for them after they buy your product or service. Okay, cool. So everyone who missed day 1, please reach out to the support number and they will tell you which coach will reach out to you so that you get insights about what we covered yesterday. All right, now with that, let's move on to the next segment, that is working on our high persuasion script. Yesterday we spoke about 3 aspects of human mind. Today we want to figure out how to talk to those 3 aspects so that aspects feel that sense of connection. You build trust, you build safety, you build certainty, you build emotional connection, and you build that desire, the dream, the value and the emotion obviously in your prospect for them to feel like they should make a buying decision with you. Okay, but before we go ahead with that, I want you to do a quick evaluation and check with your own self. You know, for a lot of you who think that you are not able to consistently close high ticket clients, I want you to look a little deeper today and understand where do you think could be a gap. Is it that your offer is not good enough, your industry is competitive, people don't have money right now? What exactly runs in your head when you think that people are not able to close high ticket clients? Go and tell me in the chat box. What do you think is the reason that people are not buying high ticket consistently from you? Go to the chat box and tell me. You know, you could be working like 10, 12 hours a day, posting a lot of content, taking calls, still feeling like sales is a lottery. Some months are good, some months are dry. It's like a flood and a drought cycle. That's what I call in the business. So, you know, you're always hustling. There is no compounding. How many of you experience that in your business? Go and say me in the chat box that, you know, you have a flood cycle, then you have a drought cycle. Some months are very good, some months are very bad, and you cannot predict what's happening in your business. There's no calculation, there is no method of planning your revenue cycle. How many of you experience that? Go and say me in the chat box. Okay. And let's read the reasons why you think people don't pay you high ticket. Industry is competitive, trust issues. We are going to fix that today and tomorrow. There are different options available. Absolutely, it's about finding out how to become the only option for your customer. That's something we're going to do tomorrow. People want discounts due to Amazon and other marketplace. Again, that's because they have multiple choices and you have not created a unique solution. That's going to come tomorrow. They're already purchasing from other suppliers, so why should they shift to you? Why should they come to you? That's again going to come tomorrow. Unable to pass on the confidence that I have the team and our process to the client, so today's script will take care of that. Approaching the wrong cross section. I don't think I really got that. Why will they buy from us? Yes, absolutely, that's a question for you to know. People think cheaper product is available in the market. That's because you have not created as a premium solution. Not able to showcase, that's something we're going to do tomorrow, by the way. Not able to showcase how my offer is solving their problem tomorrow again. Industry is competitive. There are freelance digital marketers everywhere. Agency cost seems high to people. Again, because you're not a unique premium solution for people. People don't have money. Okay, that's not true. Then how is it that expensive weddings are happening? Destination weddings are happening. Premium phones are being bought. People are going for international holidays. You know, even India is equally expensive or more expensive than international holidays. So people are spending money and going out. How is that happening if there's no money? Competitive business, already invested, no money. Okay, all right. So all of it that I'm seeing, we are going to fix that in today and tomorrow, because sales can never be fixed by just a hustle, by just a guesswork. That is a chaos with a beautiful to-do list. That's not sales. Okay, you need a complete system in place, and inconsistency and no method to approaching sales is costing you way more than you think. So here is what I want you to do. I want you to do a quick calculation. Everybody, take out your pen and paper, notepad, whatever it is. This is for your own personal calculation. Ready? Give me a ready in the chat box if you're ready with your pen, paper, notepad, whatever, because this is a calculation for you to do. Here's a question for you. Write this for yourself, okay? What's your current average price per sale? Let's assume your average price per sale, your ticket size is 1 lakh. So what is your current average price per sale? Write that down. What is your current average price per sale? Okay. Now the second question is, how many clients did you close last month? Okay, it could be 10 lakhs, 999, 6,000, 60,000, 2 lakhs, whatever is your average size per sale, price per sale. Perfect, you got it. How many clients did you close last month? How many clients did you close last month? Let's say 5, 10, 2, 20, 100, 20, whatever your numbers are. How many clients did you close last month? Now, whatever number of clients you closed last month, multiplied by average price per sale is your current revenue. If let's say your number of clients closed per month is 5 and your average ticket size of your product or service is 2 lakhs and you have closed 5 clients, then that's 2 into 5, that's 10 lakhs. That's your current revenue. Everybody got your current revenue? Yes? Yeah? Let me just quickly do this. Yes, all right. Just a quick calculation. Let's say if your average ticket size is 2 lakhs and number of clients closed last month is 5, your current revenue is 5 into 2 lakhs, that is 10 lakhs. Okay? Now, the next question for you is, what is your desired revenue? Which means the money that you want to create every single month. What is your desired revenue? So it could be 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore, whatever it is, okay? That's up to you, your own number. Now, do a calculation which is desired revenue minus your current revenue and write down what that number is. Now let's say if your desired revenue is 50 lakhs and your current revenue is 10 lakhs, the number comes to 40 lakhs. Okay? Correct? Yeah? Go and write down the number that has come to you, that subtraction number that you have achieved. Go and write down that number in the chat box now for me. Yeah, if you have different ticket sizes, take an average ticket size. Go and write down that differentiator number that you achieved. Go and write that down in the chat box. 1 crore, 30 lakh, 1 crore, 3.6 lakhs. Again, take an average ticket size and do this max. 27 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 50 lakhs. Everybody, come on guys. Be participative, take participation in this activity because this is going to be a game changer for you. Go and write down what's that number for you. 30 lakhs, 72 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 48 lakhs, 2 crores, 50 lakhs, 42 lakhs, 9 lakh, 80 lakhs, 10 lakh, 25 lakhs, 14.5 lakhs. Okay. Now, that number is your monthly sales gap. That number is your monthly sales gap. Now multiply that number by 6. That is the revenue you are leaving on table over the last 6 months, and you will continue leaving on the table over the next 6 months if you do not act differently in your approach to sales in your business. Two crores, 55 lakhs, 20 crores. Come on, give me what that number looks like if you multiply that with 6 months. 12 crores, 3 crores, 6 crores, 60 lakhs, 72 crores, 50 lakhs, 57 lakhs, 5 crores, 1.8 crore, 28 lakhs, 87 lakhs. That's the number that you're leaving on table over the next 6 months, and you've left on table over the last 6 months because of the approach of not fixing your sales system and randomly approaching sales and just winging it, just going through it, luck by chance. And this is the cost of not fixing this problem in your life, in your business. And this problem does not just show up in the terms of number. You know, I have been there. The anxiety that you feel in the night before you're going to sleep, that difficulty to answer to your family saying, I'm just there, next month is going to look different, you know, this is just a difficult month. That inhibition or that doubt that you start generating in your own self, or start doubting, am I even cut out for this? Am I even meant for this? Can everybody really make money? Making money is difficult. You know, can I really do this? Or when you look at your family and you have to keep giving excuses and excuses and excuses and see that lack of trust in them, and where they start doubting you and questioning you. and the burnout that you go through from convincing people who are probably never even supposed to be your clients in the first place. Experience that, I don't know if you have ever, but I have, and I have gone through it really, really bad, and they were like very, very bad times, very difficult times. In fact, something that I want to quickly put up for you that speaks more than what I can even tell you. Just give me a quick second. And that's what we're going to fix over the next 2 days. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, be here for the next 2 days, because this is bleeding worse than you can think. Just give me a second. Can you see my screen? Yeah? Any guesses on who this is? Yeah, that's me with my daughter. There's a 15-year-old picture. She is 16 now, so it's a 15-year-old picture. And I took 15 years to get on the other side. First 8 years were the most difficult. The rest 7 was the growth curve and coming on the other side. You don't have to take 15 years. You can do it in a much, much shorter curve, shorter cycle, shorter period. But I know the pain of going through this, of not being able to fix these problems. You know, the doubt, the fear, the lack of belief, the inability to trust that I can actually do it, thinking money making is so difficult, constant doubts that started generating in me where I started losing trust in myself. Most importantly, the anger and the irritation, not on the world, but on my own self, because I was not able to crack it. There were some real tough, dark days. But trust me, if someone like me can come on the other side, each one of you can. And the reason I'm showing you this is not to show you that, listen what I've done. I'm showing you so that you can sit there and see that if this is possible for me, this can be a possibility for you. Because for a lot of people, I feel that they believe that sales is not their cup of tea. Sales is not something that they can do, but sales is a learnable skill. Yeah, it is something that you can actually learn, practice. You obviously need training. It's not an overnight thing, because what I'm going to show you now is something that's very, very powerful. And a lot of people sit there and say, oh, that's tough, that needs learning. Everything, even when you learned cycling, you needed practice in the beginning. You didn't just start one day, right? So everything needs practice, everything needs training, everything needs learning, everything needs feedback, inputs. But if you just do it consistently, dedicatedly, you can come on the other side. Are you ready to change your approach to sales and your sales system and your business? Go and say a yes in the chat box. Because what I'm going to share today is for the serious lot who's really ready to turn around your business, your revenue, your entire system for your own self and for everyone related to you. Yeah? Alright, let's move on. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to something called as high ticket closing persuasion script. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do this. For some reason this is not opening in my, just one second. I'm going to show you how to do this for yourself in your business and how you can apply this in your business. This is a script that all of you would have received on your WhatsApp community right now. So go and access that script right now in your WhatsApp community. I'm going to put this up for you right now so that you have a look at how that looks like. And I want to take you through this. Here. My screen is acting a little weird today. Okay. Yeah. So the high ticket closing persuasion script, you must have received this with you in your WhatsApp community right now. That's why yesterday I told you to reach out to the support number so that we can not waste time and focus here and get this done today. So if you have still not been a part of the WhatsApp community, please message the support number a hi and they will send you this script. Okay, this is something that's a part of your bonus for you to signing up in this bootcamp. Now, I am not going to be reading this script because I think all of you can read English and you can read that yourself. That's not what my purpose is. I'm going to tell you the intention behind how to use this. What's the purpose of each of this step? And I'm also going to tell you what are the additional things along with the script that is needed, which we are going to cover tomorrow, for the script to work 100%. Today I'm giving you a framework. Tomorrow, whatever we are covering, we combine that with today, your script will work 100%. That's the power of the script. Okay, so I'm going to take you through each of the steps and show you how high ticket closing can be really, really easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some of the businesses and I'm going to actually use examples of some businesses and show you how to use the script, because this is a generalized framework for each business. The questions need a little tweaking, the questions need a little modification, and you will change it based on the business. So just go to the chat box and quickly tell me what your business is about, so that I can pick up some of the businesses and show you the examples. Okay, cool. Let's take travel agency. That's the first one that showed up for me. Let's take travel agency. And I'll show you how to use travel agency as an example in this particular segment. Okay, let's move on and start with the first step. Right, here. Now, the first and the foremost rule of closing high ticket is this. People feel, oh, it can be really difficult, it can be, tough and all of that. It's not. If you just approach it systematically with the right approach, it can be really, really easy. There are two simple and easy rules of high ticket closing. Okay, the first rule is that you need to do the minimal talking all throughout the closing conversation. You're saying, what? How do you do that in sales? Yeah, but that's exactly when you stay in control of sales. Okay, that's your number one. Number two is, though you are going to be the one doing the minimal talking, you need to be the one who is in control of the conversation all throughout. And what? How do I do it? Minimal talking and control? That's the power of this whole thing. Because the one who does the minimal talking and stays in control of the conversation is who creates or who wins the deal. Okay? But here's the question. What is the outcome of this whole script? What's the purpose of this whole script? Why do you use the script? What's the outcome of the script? Go to the chat box and tell me, what's the outcome of the script? No matter which business you are in, B2B, B2C, a startup, been in business for 15 years, manufacturing, into machineries, you can use this format. We have seen people from any business use this format and crack conversions, crack their sales, increase their percentages. Okay, right. So what's the outcome of using the script? Conversion, to convert the lead into buying, connection, clarity, paisa hi paisa, will build effective business communication, closing, money, sales. All right. None of that is your outcome of using the script. The outcome of using this script is, here's something that I learned or heard years back when I was learning sales, that when you are doing high ticket closing, you're not someone who's selling. Remember, I told you yesterday, sales doesn't work. And this is persuading your prospect. Persuading into them what? Your job is not to manipulate, to push, to force, to be aggressive, none of that. And not every sale is supposed to be converted. Your job is to help people make informed decision. And the decision can be a good yes or a good no. What you don't want is the in-between. Maybe think about it, will come back to you and keep you hanging for 6 months and you don't know and you're still chasing and following up and think, ये एक client मेरे पास आने वाला है, I am still following up, he's not coming. So that is something that you don't want. Okay? So you want someone to take informed decision, a good yes or a good no. And I had learned this or heard this years back when I was learning high ticket closing, is that in high ticket closing, you are someone who helps your prospect to make up their mind. You're a mind maker upper. And that's something that stayed with me. You're someone who's a mind maker upper. Your job is not to close every deal, because there are 3 categories of people that you meet in any sales conversation. Okay, and I'm going to put that somewhere here. Yeah. You have the first category of people, that's your 10 to 15%. Sorry. Okay, you have a 3 category of people. The first is the 10 to 15%. Now these are your easy buys. Okay, they'll buy from anyone. They've come with money in the pocket, they've made a decision themselves, they don't need any convincing, they don't need any decision making, they've come to buy. Even a 5th standard child can sell to them, no problem, you're done. Okay, so don't worry about these people. You don't need any mastery in any sales skills with this segment of people. And this is the segment of people that most of the businesses only end up closing. The rest of them, they don't even end up tapping. These are easy closings, okay? And they think, हाँ हमारे पास सेल आ रहा है, भगवान की दुआ कुछ अच्छे लोग दुनिया में बनाए हैं तो इसके लिए आपके पास सेल आ रहा है, not because of your selling skill, okay? Now comes the next segment of people is your another 10 to 12%, which is your, I call them window shoppers. Now these guys could be, you could be the best closer in this world, but you're still not going to end up closing them because they're not going to buy. They're just time waste. They're just there exploring, window shopping. They're not even made up their mind to buy. Okay, so you could do anything and they're going to waste your time. They are not the people to ever focus on. Now the biggest mistake that most of the business owners do is waste 70% of their time on this category of people. And then start complaining that people don't pay, people don't have the money, people are not interested, market is saturated, so on and so forth. Any high ticket closer who's mastered high ticket closing has learned and identified how to stop wasting their time behind this segment of people and how to stop attracting these kind of people into their business. And if they by chance do, it's 2% of them, and how to weed them out. Because this is the most important skill you need to learn as a business owner, because time is the only resource that you can never replicate in life. People hold on to money and they waste the time. You need to do reverse, not waste the money, but invest the money for your growth and use your money, use your time sparingly in the right places, not randomly keep doing multiple things. Okay, so if you identify which are these people and how to stop wasting time with them, you'll be in a better mind space, you'll have better quality of life, more time in hand and more money also in hand, because then you're going to talk to the right people and they are your next segment of buyers. That's your 70% of your buyers, 70 to 75% of your buyers, which are fence sitters. What are these people? These are people who want to buy, but they're not sure of the decision. They're scared, they're worried, they're sensitive, they're not sure, all of those things, and they want someone to give them a little nudge, give them a little guidance, give them a little direction to make a mind decision. These are the people who will go to the shopping mall and ask the guy who's a salesman in the store, is this good or is this good? He will end up telling one of it because he ultimately wants you to make the purchase. Right? And these are those segment of people. So these are the people for whom you need to learn how to enhance your selling skills. Because the money gap that we identified right now, the crores and crores of money that you've wasted, is because you have not identified how to convert this set of people, how to talk to them, and how to get them to buy from you. And this whole script teaches you how to get these people to take an informed decision and become a mind maker upper for these guys. Good or good? Tell me in the chat box. Yeah? Good or great? Brilliant. Let's move on and understand then how to use the script now. Whatever you're doing, keep all your distractions away, bring your 200% focus. This is going to be a game changer, I promise you that. Right, moving on. So let's go and understand how to use the script to help them make up the mind and to help them become better decision makers, because this is where your money lies. How to find these people? That's the second segment of the day today. I will answer that for you. So today, as I said, is your aha moments, is your insights, is your world turning upside down, and for a lot of you, you are going to finally figure out what's going wrong in your sales. And tomorrow is going to be next level of aha moments. So we have a lot of work, guys. So let me just do this. That's right. Keep your questions to you for a while. Let me focus on this. Now, first thing on your step one of your persuasion of high ticket closing is rapport building. Now, I have a challenge with this word. My challenge with this word is everybody by now knows that rapport is very, very important when it comes to sales. You really need to build rapport and so on and so forth. But this word is overused and abused because it's wrongly understood about rapport building. People think rapport building is about pretending to be interested in somebody, pretending to show that you are taking an interest in someone, or pretending to whatever, right? I don't know. We all receive that call, right? Hello, Smita, how was your day? I'm calling from so-and-so bank. Like, really? You really even care about how my day was? I had a pathetic day, tell me, right? So we all get that call from these random people who we know are least interested, and their tone, the way they say it, we can figure it out. And the biggest thing with rapport building or with connecting with your prospects is this: you only have the first 60 seconds to create a connection. So there's only so much you can say by word. And that is where the role of tonality is going to come in, which I want to cover today and show you how to use some aspects of that as well. Now, let's first understand the rapport building verbally, then we'll come to the tonality side of it. So, now when it comes to rapport building, the foremost thing to do is not fake, be authentic. And you can't pretend, because everybody subconsciously is aware. There is a side of them, the primitive mind that's always guarding them, that's constantly telling them the truth and the lie, that's constantly telling them, what's real, what's not real. And that is going to get it when you want to pretend, when you want to fake it. Okay? So you need to genuinely, authentically take interest in people. How many of you have a struggle talking to new people, connecting to strangers, striking a conversation with new people? Go and say me in the chat box. How many of you have that challenge? Wow, we have a lot of them. Now, here's the thing that I tell my participants when we work with them long term, and this is what I've done with some of the most introverted people in this world who don't even talk to their neighbors, is this. If you want to become good at rapport building, it's a very simple thing to do and a very easy thing to do. Do not follow any script. Do not follow any particular methodology of talking. Just every single day, talk to 5 new people. Now, this is not related to your sales. This is not related to your closing. This is not your MLM saying mall mein jao, 5 naye logon se baat karo, or any of that. This 5 people could be people who are right in around your vicinity, your environment, your housekeeping staff, your security guard, your taxi drivers, your auto drivers, your maids, or any of them. Just start taking interest in their day. How was their day? How was it been? How is it going? And just listen carefully. If you start listening, you will get more sales than any average business owner out there. The problem with most of the people when we work with them on our Monday mock sales calls, this is what we notice, that people do not listen. They cut someone down, they're not listening, they're not open to feedbacks, they're constantly talking, they are constantly focused on tell me about me, and it does not work that way. Even when a sales call, when a client is talking, they have this background conversation in the backside, which is constantly yapping in whatever ways to them, when they are focused on that instead of listening to your client. If you learn how to do that, you will master selling and you'll be better than at least 50% people out there. And that's a commitment. Okay? So rapport building is very easy. Take interest in people. Ask them generic questions. I've given you questions here just so that you don't end up asking the wrong questions. So do not talk about things like politics, religion, or even sports, because if you're in 2 opposite teams, you might end up breaking rapport. Ask in easy, non-generic things, but do not get into loose talks. This is something you can do just like in a minute or 2 and get to work. It could be something like, hey, I like your background, I like your spectacles, I like your hair, I like what you're wearing, how was your day, I hope it was easy to get by, I hope you have a good internet connection. It could be anything, just generic easy things. And as I said, what matters more is your tonality than what you say. Okay? But do not involve in loose talks. Here's another mistake that business owners do. The prospect has come and you are just talking and yapping to them for 5 minutes and then, yeah, I'm here for a sales conversation. Let's get to the point, right? With high ticket selling, the most important thing is this. Your high ticket buyers are high ticket buyers. They understand high ticket language. And high ticket closing happens with authority and credibility. These are 2 crucial things that you need when it comes to high ticket sales. So if you end up in loose talk, you've lost your authority and credibility. But when you get to the point, you get to the point. I'm here doing a boot camp with you, so I'm doing with so much talking. When I would do high ticket closing, when I would get on the call, I'd say, hey, great to see you. I'm so happy you made it. Tell me, how can I help you? And there have been people who have told me, okay, you got straight to the point. I'm like, yes, because I value your time and my time. Okay, so get straight to the point and people appreciate it. All right. Moving on to the next segment, that is your step 2, that's building a framework. Now, this is such a crucial thing when it comes to high ticket selling. You guys should be making notes like crazy right now if you're with me. Are you with me? Are you learning something new? Are you learning some new approach, some new concepts? Yes? All right, brilliant. Great. The second step can help you increase your sales by literally 20 to 25% at the least if you do this. Now, what is the second step? That is building a framework. Now, this is something that most of the businesses never do, because business owners themselves have inhibitions and notions about sales. They don't want to have sales conversations. And that's why they think sales is something that's very shady, very dark, very money-minded, and greedy. People will look at me differently, and so on and so forth. Okay? And that's why they don't tell the prospect of what is expected out of a sales conversation. If you're going to give an offer, the prospect should know it in advance. If you're going to expect a sale, the prospect should know in advance. If you're going to expect a money, the prospect should know in advance. Because that way, they are sure of what is coming in the way and they're not sitting there anticipating of what is going to come their way. Remember, again, the primitive mind, it's constantly safeguarding. You've just done a rapport, just done a 2-minute conversation, your call started. They have still not trusted you 100%. They're still scanning you for safety and threat. Okay? Now, when you do this is where the conviction comes in you. Why? Because when a client is sitting with you on a sales call, they know that there is a sale coming. You know, and none of us have woken up and like from a childhood said, oh, I'm becoming a salesperson, right? Because what's our association with sales? That person knocking on your door, hard selling, pushing, convincing, manipulating, please khareed lo, and so on and so forth, right? So your prospect has such associations with sales any which ways, though they have come there. Now remember this, everyone loves to buy, but no one likes being sold to. Okay? Now, with this, what does this mean? This means that everybody, look at your own life, okay? We all have bought something or the other in the last 1 week. It could be a grocery, basic stationery, it could be anything, but we have all made some purchase or the other in the last 1 week. But imagine going to a grocery store and get your grocery guy working after you and saying, ye khareed lo, ye khareed lo, ye khareed lo, ye khareed lo, and you're going to be annoyed, right? So you don't want that happening, and that's something that is going to annoy the hell out of you and you want to run out of the store. Yeah? So same way, your client wants to buy. They've come there knowing that there's going to be a sale, but you've not told them and you're acting very sneaky about the whole thing. They lose trust on you. So right at the beginning of the sales conversation, build a framework where we tell them what is going to be expecting. Over the next 1 hour that we're going to spend with each other, here's what's going to happen, this is what we're going to do, the next 30 minutes will look like this, blah, blah. And in the last 15 minutes, if I feel we're a right fit, then I'm going to tell you, how we can work forward, and I'll show you, and then I'll expect you to take a decision. Whatever it is, give them clarity. Give them complete insights on what is going to come their way. Because this way, now what happens? All their guard comes down. And no one makes a buying decision when they are sitting with their guards up. People don't take a buying decision in that uncertainty. Okay, so you need to help them to put that guard down. That is what your step 2 does. This step is so powerful that I had this business owner from digital marketing agency, brilliant product, brilliant value. He said, you know what, Smrita, I'm talking to people, but no one's buying. People say it's good call, great value. I think what you are doing is great work. We'll come back to you. And the product was really, really good. I said, have you been telling them what you're expecting out of them right at the beginning? And he said, no. I said, do this. That's a step 2. I said, build a framework, tell them what's expected, and let them know right in the beginning. His sales conversion literally went up in that coming week by 20 to 25%. And I've seen this over and over again with people. That's the power of this. So don't make sales sneaky. Build it right at the beginning. It builds your authority and shows that they will know what's going to come their way. Okay? And secondly, the most important thing that you should know as a business owner is to stop working with everyone. You should know how to filter your leads. You should know how to filter with the right set of people, not offer it to everyone, because when you're doing high ticket, your option should be not to work with everyone. It should be to choose who's going to work with you and with whom would you want to work, so that you make best of the money and also a lot of peace of mind, because that's more important than the money in the bank, and they both equally can exist and coexist together. Yeah. Moving on to the third step, that is understanding the current situation. Now, let's take an example of a business here. As I said, I'll work on travel agency today and I'll show you how to do this. Now, here's the most important thing. We're going to talk more about this on day 3, but this is something that I'll have to use it here for you to understand this better. The first and the foremost thing as a business owner is to stop selling your products and services to everybody, just like I said a while back. Because everyone is not your buyer. And the reason you stuck with your best framework is because you're trying to talk to everyone. We'll talk more about this in depth tomorrow. So if this is still going to be a little unclear thing, don't worry, I'm covering that tomorrow. We're covering that in depth tomorrow. Okay, we'll get more clarity. But just for example's sake today, let's assume that you're a tours and travel agency. Now, you will have different segment of buyers. And your job, as whatever your business is to decide who your buyer is. Because I'll show you why this is different. Each of your segment of people will have, remember the best framework, will have different beliefs, emotions, situations and thoughts. And until unless you don't know who you're selling to, you can't identify their best framework. And until unless you don't do that, your persuasion is not going to be powerful enough. You're going to sound like a salesperson, and people hate sales. A person who has a power of persuasion and a person who masters persuasion knows who they are talking to, and they talk to them in that language, and that's the power of persuasion. Okay, now let's assume you're a tours and travels business owner and you're talking to Zena, who is someone who wants to take her family on, let's assume she wants to take her partner for a honeymoon special, and she wants to give something really exciting and surprising to her partner. Okay, and let's assume that you have another client who's Mumtaz, who wants to go on an adventure trip and probably do a solo adventure trip and explore the most unexplored place in particular country, city, whatever. Now, both of their best frameworks are going to be very, very different, because Zainab is going to think very differently. She's thinking for her spouse, the surprise, the honeymoon, and so on. And Mumtaz is thinking of the solo trip, the adventure, the fun, the excitement, the unexplored places, and so on. Now, I, as a tours and travels person, cannot be talking in the same language with the same questions to both of them, because both of their requirements are different. But when I know who my target audience is, my questions can change, because my best framework would be ready with me. Okay, so I'll show you an example of this. Every business is going to be different. So the first and the foremost step of high ticket persuasion is understanding where your client right now is. What is happening with them currently? Okay. So if I'm talking to Zainab, who wants to take her spouse, I would say, okay, Zainab, can you tell me what kind of a holiday are you looking for? What is it that you want to, okay, all right, you want to take your spouse for honeymoon. So is there any particular destination you have in mind? Is there anything particularly that you're looking at? Which year honeymoon is this? Is it your first one, 10th one, 15th one? What kind of an experience do you want to create for your spouse? Have you guys done something like this before? I'm going to discover all of this. Now you'll be thinking, oh, we asked all of these questions. But what you don't ask is what's running in her space. What is it that she wants to experience out of it? What experience does she want to give her husband or her spouse? What is the kind of outcome she wants to achieve out of this whole thing? Has she planned this before? Why is it that she never planned this before? Why is this the first time? If she's planned this before, what was the experience at that time? What does she want differently this time? Why did she consider to reach out to me and not go to any other tours and travels person? I am going to discover all of this from her when I want to talk. But when I'm going to talk to Mumtaz, my questions are going to be very different. I'm going to be, all right, Mumtaz, who is this holiday for? This is for me. All right, are you going to be alone? Are you going to go in a group? Are you going to have friends, family? No, it's a solo trip. All right, brilliant. So you want to go travel alone or you want to travel in a group? No, I want to do solo. Okay, what kind of a trip are you looking at? I want adventure. Have you done this before? Now again, my questions are going to be very different because I already know what they want. And my aim here, if I do this right, is when I listen, my prospect is giving me way more information to me than needed. That's enough for me to help them take a buying decision. The challenge with business owners here is that they don't listen and they have not taken the information down and they have not dug deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper to understand why this is important for Zainab or why this is important for Mumtaz and why am I the solution that Zainab or Mumtaz will come to me for. When you ask them these questions, they will tell you more answers, and then obviously you shouldn't be one amongst the many in the market, which we're going to talk about again tomorrow. One of my clients, in fact, who's into tours and travels, coincidentally, now that I'm saying, he told me this, what, Smita, everybody's selling potato, we are selling potato, and if we just sound like another potato in the market, I'm here because I don't want to sell potato and I want to be sounding differently. Which is very true. You should stop sounding like everybody else. You should sound like a premium solution. Now, if I am someone who caters to creating experiential holidays for people, which is not the regular packages, I will also ask, have you gone on other tours and travels? Okay. Why didn't you finalize with them? What got you to come here? Because I know I'm the solution that they're looking for. I know I'm premium. I know that I'm not someone that's available right off there in the market. They will tell me themselves why they want to work with me instead of me telling them. Yeah? So that is understanding your current situation. Powerful, beautiful, yes. What do most of the businesses do when they hear a client saying they want something? The minute you say, okay, what do you want? What are you looking at? I'm looking at a package for Thailand. Okay, how many days? 7 nights. We have a 7-night, 8-day package which you can take actually. This is for this. Shuru ho gaya. Listen to them. Ask them more questions. Understand your client's needs. Make them feel understood. Make them feel like you are here to create something curated specifically for them. Once we had just done a casual catch up with some of our participants in Bangalore. I had traveled to Bangalore. I said, I want to meet everyone. We all met. I got one of my participants who is into tours and travels and he is into curated holidays for doctors. And there was a doctor in the room who loves traveling. I called her. I said, sell to her. And he started selling, and in some time she said, no, it sounds expensive, the pricing is too much, I really have to think, and so on. I said, all right then, I will show you the same thing. And I ended up selling the tours and travels package to the same doctor who loves traveling, and that's his business, not even mine. And I started talking about it, and she was like, okay, how do we get started? And I asked her what shifted. Why with him you were worried about price, and with me you never even asked about it? She said, you made me feel like you really want to create something for me. You made me feel like you're traveling with me and crafting an adventure, that experience along with me, that I was already there. And I just wanted to make it happen. Simple. If you do it the right way, people are willing to buy. But the problem is, you should know how to create a premium solution, which we'll talk about tomorrow. You should know how to choose your audience, which we'll talk about tomorrow. You should know how to not sound like one amongst many in the market, which we'll talk about tomorrow. Because if you're going to sound like all of these, this script is not working for you. And no sales format is working for you, by the way. Because then they have 10,000 options to choose and click and purchase and whatever. And most importantly, you in your head should know that what you're offering is genuinely a premium and should be able to translate it to your clients, and they should be able to get it. That is when sales happen. Sales is a translation of your energy, is a translation of your state to them. If you cannot translate what you are doing to your prospect, you've lost it. You could be having the best solution, you could be having a cure for AIDS, doesn't work. And this is what most of the business owners miss. Clear moment? Yes. Moving on. Let's go to the next step. And that is your discovering the desired outcome. Having fun, learning something new, experiencing some new aspect to selling, to your approach to sales. Yes? Yes? All right, brilliant. I'll take up the questions a little later. As I said, day 3. If If you have questions, write them down or show it to your coaches or the team. If you see a question, take it out. That's completely up to you. But right now, I'm not diverting into that. Right. Coming to the step 4, that is discovering the desired outcome. Now, once you've found out where they are, you have to take them to where they want to go. Okay? Remember, best framework again, where they want to go. How you can create, I want this. Now you've found out, I need this. You've got all the information that you want. Okay, they have expressed. Now you're no more logically telling features, technicalities or any of them to them. They have said what they need. You have listened, asked more questions, identified their challenges, found out where the gap is and so on. And coming to gap, tomorrow we're going to talk more about how to fill the gap that's existing in your market as well. Moving on, then you come to the next step, that is the desired outcome. Where, why, how can you translate the I need it to I want this? Okay. Now here what do you do is, okay, before this I want to come to one important aspect, and that is your tonality. I gave you all the list of the questions. That's a question that I'm asking right now, right? It's just that I've tailor-made it for the travel industry. It's exactly those questions, right? Coming to tonality, even before I go to the desired outcome, because that's very, very crucial when it comes to selling, is in sales, in persuasion, in high ticket, in your high ticket language, the most important thing is your tonality, more than the words. How you say it is not as important. What you say is not as important to how you say it, okay? Now, your tonality could mean different things. You know, best example is when you are dating, and let's say when you propose a girl or a guy, and the person on the other side says a no in the same style of, no, you know that no can be converted into a yes, right? And you all, and we all have done that at some time, persuaded enough and converted that no into a yes, because that no didn't come with a strong no. But wherein, when the person says no, you know that they mean the no. The same word no, said in a different way, can mean completely different. And that's the same thing. How do you identify your mother is angry on you? It's the way she calls you. She will identify, oh my God, this looks bad. Or if your spouse is angry on you, the way they call you or the way they say certain statement, you know this doesn't look too good, right? It's not always the statement, it's the tone with which it comes, right? So tone is very, very crucial when it comes to selling, because it can turn around everything. And when you listen to your client's tone, it gives you more meaning, more language than anything else. Of course, this needs practice. Of course, this needs listening. Of course, this needs someone for you to constantly give you feedback. I'm not saying you will become a master today. This is about understanding that there's a different approach to it. And it's about then getting someone to constantly work with you, give you feedbacks and insights to keep getting better at it with each passing day. Yeah. Think of getting 1% better each day. What is that going to look like for you? Now, with tonality, tonality is like a topic I can spend like another 6 hours talking, and everything that we're talking about, I can literally spend another 15 days or 15 months even talking about it. That's a depth at which these conversations go. But to understand again at a surface level of something that can be very crucial of tonality is this. Now, when your client is talking to you, it's very crucial to watch when it comes to initial rapport building. It's very crucial to watch the tonality of your client. It's very, very important. Let's say your client is someone like me who's like high energy and so on, and you're coming on a sales call with me and it's saying, hey Smita, how was your day? And I'm saying, hey, I had a great day. You lost it because my energy levels are higher, yours is lower, and you're on the sales call, and I will feel not interesting. This person is not connected to me. They don't really get me. Okay. But let's say if I'm going on a sales call with someone who's more calmer, more peaceful, and if I go saying, hey Zainab, how was your day? And she's like, oh my God, that's a lot, right? So that is something that you don't want to do. So you rather look at the tonality of the person, and let's say if I'm talking to someone who's more calmer, I'm going to be like, hey Zainab, how was it been? How was the day? How's it going? Whatever, right? So you come down, calmer. Basically, you match the tonality of the person with the tonality, because subconsciously, this makes the person on the other side feel understood. And tonality is the most powerful tool for you to build trust. If you use tonality the right way, is how you build trust. Your tonality is what gets someone feel I can trust this person or I can't trust this person. Okay. At the same time, there is a set of people who have this flat tone, like dead and out tone. They must have had the difficult day, whatever, or going through a tough time in life. Then you obviously don't do a flat tone. Someone says, hello, how are you? And you're like, hi, I have had a good day. That's not how you talk. You bring in your tonality a little higher, like 20-30% higher, and you raise it a bit, and you get them to start talking about themselves, and that gradually raises their tonality. That will make them start feeling better, and from that space, they'll be in a space to take decisions. Because if someone's in a completely flat and dead tonality, they're never taking a buying decision. Okay, cool. So your tonality is very, very important to everything that I'm telling you. If you do this with the wrong tonality, you've lost it. Yeah, cool. Moving on back to our script. Is your desired outcome. Are you guys learning something new, some new perspective, new insights about sales? Click in here, yes, in the chat box so that I know you're here with me. All right, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Super. I know a lot of you have eye on my tea. Why do you eye my tea? It's just something warm that I'm drinking. Okay. All right, cool. If you were offline with me, I would have definitely offered you my tea as well. Coming back to the step 4, that's discover the desired outcome. Okay. Now you've identified what they want, what they want, what they need to, what is it that they will create, what they want to create. Okay. So here, what I want to figure out, if I want to talk to Zainab, I want to say, all right, Zainab, I would like to know what's the kind of experience you want to create. How would that be for your spouse? How would that experience be? What would that make you feel? How would that be for you to get there? You know, what kind of places do you think you've explored? And then I am going to add in here further saying that, you know, Zainab, okay, you're thinking of Thailand. Have you gone to this most unexplored place, which is like an isolated island? And, you know, that's something that's very unexplored. That's something that only our team knows because we really have locals out there. Have you thought of if we allow you to do, like, you know, probably spend one extra night over there in an island, which, you know, with a beautiful tent, with complete privacy, with almost like a private island, a private beach with your spouse, and, you know, you could probably celebrate your anniversary there. How do you think that would be? And she's like, oh my God, really? And then I'm adding in more into those experiences, identifying their lives, their choices, their preferences, saying, can we add this? We can add that. How would that be? How would this be? Now I'm getting her to think about how that experience is going to be. And I'm going to bring that emotions in her of when she purchases my product, how is she going to feel about it? Excitement, happiness, joy, enthusiasm, love, you know, touched, all of that. That's what she wants to do out of all of this, right? It's not just a travel for her. These are the emotions that I know she wants to build out of this. So I'm going to develop, as I want to talk to her, I'm going to get her to tap into those emotions. But when I'm talking to Mumtaz, what should Mumtaz want? She wants an adventure holiday. So she also wants happiness, excitement, joy, but through the form of an adventure. My questions to her are going to be very different. I'm also going to identify if she has some fears. You know, she's a solo traveler, she's a girl, so is there any challenges, is there any fears, is there any, you know, security issues? I'm also going to naturally add in and tell her how safe the place is going to be, how she's going to be taken care of, though she's going to be solo, how she's going to have someone to guide her, to assist her, you know, 24/7 helpline, that, you know, that my tour manager who's going to be just right there, how she can go to unexplored places, have the adrenaline rush, feel alive all over again, because that is what she wants to achieve through the trip. It's not the trip that they're looking at. They are looking at achieving something else. And my conversation is the best framework through what they want to achieve through my product. That is what I'm going to do here. Then I move to the bridging the gap, saying, you know, do you think this is what you want to achieve, Mumtaz? If you think, you know, do you think that, you know, on a holiday where you want to go solo, you know, you want to have adventure, this is the kind of country, this is the kind of experience, you want to do scuba diving, you want to go bungee jumping, whatever. You think that, you know, if you work with you, where we can take you like on a 5-day trip, where you can do this, along with that, have a holiday, have a little spa, ensure that you're safe, you're taken care of, and you'll have someone to pick you up, drop you, give you the best of the food, blah, 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 blah. Do you think this is what you want to achieve? And then if she says yes, do I proceed to the next step? Until unless she doesn't proceed yes or gives me a yes, I don't go to the next step. That is very important. I have still not started pitching in step 5. I'm just identifying if this is what she's looking at. Then when it comes to step 6, I'm checking their readiness. Do you think this is what you're looking at to resolve your blah 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 blah? If I get a yes, then fine. If the client says maybe, I think so, could be, none of that is yes. I'm going to ask her, okay, what is needed for that maybe to become a yes? What's coming in the way? What's the challenge? Because here's the mistake that again most of the business owners do. Business owners think that, how many of you have had this experience that you set the pricing, everything went well, the minute pricing came, your client said, not me, can't buy, very expensive, can't think, we'll have to think about it, let me take this decision, let me come back to you. How many of you have that? And everything till then sounded like, wow, 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 this sale is going to go through. This is because you missed the step 6. Because people do not make a buying decision based on the pricing. Pricing is never a reason for someone to buy or not to buy. Your buying decision comes out of 3 C's in your entire persuasion conversation. And give me guesses on what those 3 C's look like. Let's see what those 3 C's look like. And the 3C, one of the C is not cost. Cost has got nothing to do with that. You need one of these 3 C's. You need all these 3 C's, in fact, to be fulfilled for someone to make a buying decision. Clarity, confidence, commitment, certainty, confidence, commitment, concern, connection, care, clarity, Lord, if you're saying clarity, connection, confidence, care, none of these. Comprehension, compassion, okay, none of these. The 3 C's that's needed for someone to make a buying decision is certainty. What's the spelling of certainty, by the way? This is not the right spelling. Whatever the spelling is, forget it. I always go wrong. Thank God I'm not in school anymore. Certainty. Okay. Now all 3 are not the same. Yeah, see, I have some good English teachers with me. All 3 are not the same. They are different certainty. Forget the spelling. That's not important right now. What is important is understanding the concept. All 3 are not the same. The first is certainty in your product or your service. What does this mean? This means, I'm sorry, it's overlapping with something. This means that they need to feel that this product or this service will solve the problem for me. Okay? That's the first certainty. They should feel like, okay, this is the product or service that can solve the problem for me. This is the solution that I'm looking for. The second certainty is certainty in themselves. They're saying, okay, the product looks nice or the service looks good, but is this a solution that is a right fit for me? Is this something that I am looking for? Okay, so that's the certainty in themselves. Alright? The third one is the certainty in the salesperson. That this person on the other side is someone who I can trust to take me towards the solution that I'm looking for, or to guide me towards the solution that I'm looking for. If any of these 3 certainties are missing, your prospect is not going to make a buying decision. And none of this has got to do with money. Now, until and unless you do not tap into these 3 aspects of the certainty, which happens in step 6, if you check into it, you will be able to tap into it. Until and unless they don't give you a 10 for buying or a 10 for the yes, you should not go ahead, because they will tell you which of these 3s are missing if you ask them more questions here. Because if you do this right, your selling is going to be way more easier, and it's going to take away a lot of your price objection. 90% of your price objection is going to go away if you do this right. Okay. The first C, all three C's are certainty. Certainty first in the product or the service, certainty in themselves, certainty in the salesperson. Certainty in the product or service means that they should feel that this is the solution that I'm looking for. Or certainty in themselves means this is the solution that is what I want. And the third one is that this person can guide me towards the right solution. If any of these three C's are missing, they are not going to make a buying decision. Okay? And your job is to check that all these three C's are taken care of for them to say a yes. And if you check the readiness side of it, you will get to know about it. From here, most of your price objections will go away because your client doesn't know there is a certainty missing. They'll use price objection as a reason for saying a no to you. Okay, but if you take care of this, then the price objection is going to be lesser. Yes, you're still going to have price objection, and objection handling is something that we do tomorrow. I will show you how to do this tomorrow and how to take care of the objection handling and how to make it very easy for people who are going to tell you prices high. But if you do this until step 6 right, you are going to get your prospects to create a buying desire. If you noticed all throughout in my conversation, am I talking features, days, the hotels we are going to go to, the places we are going to go to, the nights they are going to be in, how many nights, any package, any of that? Or I'm constantly asking them what they want to achieve, what is the outcome, how they want to experience it. Watch the entire conversation. Yes? Yeah? Does this whole conversation in any shape or form look like a typical sales conversation that you do? Yeah, that's the whole point. It doesn't, because it's a high ticket persuasion conversation where you're helping someone make a decision, talking to all three aspects of the human mind. No logical overload. If you give a logical overload, your client will always come back saying, we'll think about it, we'll come back to you, we'll ask so and so, let me, whatever, give this a thought or whatever they're going to say. Okay? Because that's a logical overload. You need to talk to all three parts of the human mind through this whole concept that I showed you, because then sales is going to be easy. And people love to pay high ticket. You should know how to talk the high ticket language with them. Once you identify that, once you learn that, it's a breeze. It's super easy. It's super simple. And people connect to you because then you're not just a buyer, you're not just a seller, you're not just someone who's just trying to push them something. You are someone who's going to actually help them make an informed decision, and people love that. How to sell high ticket products, that we'll do tomorrow. We'll come to that part tomorrow where I'm going to talk about how to become the premium solution, how to speak to the right client, how to identify who your right client is, how to create offers that speaks premium, all day 3. It's 3 days, man. I can't cover everything in one day. Right? So we will do that tomorrow, and that is like the most essential thing needed for this script to work. The script on its own doesn't work. You need a combination of both. So we'll do that tomorrow, and I'll show you how to use this. And tomorrow, every time I'm going to tell you that, I'll show you how to again go back to the script and club it up with your script. So that will make your script super powerful. Okay, the script is so powerful. We've got people using it immediately post the webinar, seeing the results of it, seeing the power of it, and actually coming back and telling us that, over the weekend I used the script and we've got conversions coming in, and they're a part of the long-term journey, so I hear from them, post the webinar, and people have seen sales coming in right after the script. Okay, I recently got to know today that we had one of our participants who just recently attended one of our boot camps. Post the boot camp, she went and raised her price. She was charging something like about, I think 15,000 something. She raised her price to about 35,000, and she got a sale. And she's like, I just did it. I just decided to raise my price. I just charged and I got the sale. Okay, so that's a power of what that can do. But obviously, for this entire script to work, you also need an entire system for make it happen. Okay, and if you're thinking, how many of you feel that, okay, is this all? Is this how it will work? Really? Can this really bring sales? Or, if this was this easy, I would have got clients. What's running in your head right now looking at this entire script and this entire format? What's going on in your head? I want to know. Go to the chat box and tell me What's running on in your head? Dekan. Can't wait to run the script in actual. Can this alone bring in sales? Yes, it absolutely can. Smooth. I am still not confident that this could convert my lead easily. Perfect. I'm very happy. It's possible, but needs practice, needs a lot of practice to really implement this. How to find the right probable client? Yes. Will be tough, not sure this will work in my market, not confident till now. I really wish I had been apart with you long back. Yes, you have an opportunity to do that now. Need patience and practice. I was hesitating to ask for a raise to my current client, but now I'm going to ask by using this. You know, and the reason, one, you're not still confident, and I'm happy you're not, because you're not supposed to be confident. This is not an overnight magic that's going to happen. Yes, it needs a lot of practice. Not just practice. What happens when it comes to high ticket closing is this. Your own patterns, your associations, your inner story starts popping up. You know, and that's why when we work with our participants every Monday, when we're doing their mock calls, we're listening to them. They have the script, they have the format. In fact, they have a personalized script. People still go wrong. And then our team constantly keeps going in, tell them change this. This constant feedback that we keep giving is what has got people week after week after week after week. You know, person who sounds something in first week, by the fourth week, they're sounding completely different, because there's someone who's constantly giving them feedbacks, inputs, made them aware about their patterns, changed their style of conversation, because no script can do the work when you're sitting through that sales call. These conversations do predominate you. But when you constantly get that feedback, inputs and insights, boom, your entire conversation changes, your inputs change, your results change. That's exactly how we learned how to ride a cycle, how to ride a bike, how to drive your car. Anything that you learned for the very first time, or even if for cooking, right? First time you cook and you completely goof up and your mother says, hey, change this, whatever. Right? So for anything that we do, that's the, what do you say, formula to actually make it work for you. So it definitely needs that. And the second reason that this will not work for you, or you not feel too confident about it, is because just this is not going to do the work. And that is true, and that's right. You need something way more than that, and that is a sales system and a blueprint for you to make this work. And that is where we're going to go to the next step. That is identify how to create a desired revenue blueprint. Most business owners don't do the sales because they don't even have a clue to how to get to that number, how to get to that people, how to get to those conversations, and how to even ever get into a sales call. Correct? Yes. And this is exactly why the challenge happens. So what we're going to do right now is identify and actually do a mathematical calculation and formula and show you where is the gap. Because no boot camp after boot camp after boot camp is going to solve your problem unless you fix what I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so I'm going to first show you a complete mathematical formula of how in the next 6 months you can literally be getting to your desired revenue. How we can do it, and I'll show that. You'll have that in paper with you today. But here's what I wanted to do now. Yeah. Thank you so much for the concern. That's normal for me when I keep speaking. Thank you so much. I love that you guys are sharing. Right. So coming back to here's what I wanted to know, and here's what I wanted to do, because we're going to do a max now and we're going to do it together. Okay. I'm going to tell you what to do and do it only after I tell you. Do it only after I tell you how to do it. Here's what I want you to do. You will go to the chat box and tell me, don't do it. I'll tell you the format, only after that do it. And tell me what is your current revenue per month. Hold on, do not do it now. Pause. What is your current revenue per month? And what is the desired revenue that you want to achieve in 6 months of time per month? Okay, because I'm not talking tomorrow, I can't change it. It's no make rich quick scheme, magical formulas, none of that is going to work, right? I want to know what is your current revenue per month. And next 6 months, let's assume we change the approach to business. Let's assume you change the approach to how you're doing things. What do you want to achieve 6 months from now? Every single month, what's the kind of revenue you want to start earning? Put that in the chat box in this format. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read whatever messages come in, just your numbers. And based on that, I'm going to do a mathematical calculation and show you what and how you can get to that number. Okay, and all of you will do it for your own numbers, not on the number that I'm saying. I'm just going to show you an example. You will do it for your own number, but I'm just seeing what the group entire energy looks like. Based on that, I can take a bit in between numbers so that it's easier for you to do the calculation. Okay, and why do I want the current and the desired? Because I don't want to be unrealistic. Let's do a realistic jump. We're not, if you're sitting at 1 crore, we're not talking 100 crores 6 months from now. Is that something that is not a foolproof method to do it, right? So do a realistic number, guys. Come on. Okay, 3.5 lakhs, 6 crores, 10 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 18 lakhs, 100 lakhs, 1 lakh, 6 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 1 crore, 5 lakhs, 2 crores, 15 lakhs. Okay, 50 lakhs. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm taking an in-between number. This is the per month calculation, not an average 6-month calculation. Okay, per month number. I'm taking an in-between number. We will do this max. You take your number. If your number is 50 lakhs, you take 50 lakhs. If your number is 1 crore, you take 1 crore. If your number is 5 lakhs, you take 5, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, whatever. It's your number. This is not competition or comparison with anyone. It is your journey with your own self. Okay? Cool? Yes? Alright. Right. Let's get to the whiteboard and let's do this activity together. Keep your pen, paper, calculator, all of that ready. And you'll also need to help me when I'm doing this calculation. So keep your calculator because it makes it easy for me to work with yours. Right. Now, let's assume that we're talking about doing, let's take 30 lakhs, 20 lakhs. Okay, let's take 20 lakhs per month as your number. Okay, you want to do 1 crore, you do 1 crore. You want to do 2 lakhs, you do 2 lakhs. Your number. I'm just taking this as an example. Let's assume you want to touch 20 lakhs per month as your number. Okay. Now, the first question to know is, if you want to do 20 lakhs 6 months from now, what's your average ticket size? If you have multiple products, take an average number. If you have one product, that's easier then. Okay, let's assume we're talking high ticket. So let's assume your ticket size is 1 lakh per product, service, whatever it is. Okay, that's your ticket size. Okay, now simple maths. First question to ask is, how many sales do you need for you to get to 20 lakhs if you are selling at 1 lakh? That is obviously 20 sales per month is all you need for you to get to 20 lakhs per month if your ticket size is 1 lakh. Okay? That's simple. Okay? Now, if you need to do 20 sales per month, how many qualified sales calls do you need to take every month for you to get to the 20 sales per month? Assuming your conversion ratio is 20, ideally it should be at the least 30%. If you're doing anything less than 30%, you definitely need to upgrade your selling skill. You definitely need to get better in your sales process. Okay? So 30 is the worst. Ideally, it should at least be 50 to 70%. But I'm still being positive, optimistic and saying let's assume you're doing 30% sales conversations. If your sales conversion is 30%, for you to get to 20 sales per month, how many qualified sales calls do you need to take per month? Let's do a little maths. It's about 66, is that correct? Yeah, so if I'm doing 60, 10% is 6, 20% is 12, 18 is about 30%, correct? So 66, yeah? So let's assume 67 qualified sales calls per month is all you need per month for you to get to 20 lakhs per month. You're saying 67 sales calls per month? Let's break this down further. Assuming you're doing 67 sales calls per month, and you are dividing it by, per week, that comes to about 16 to 17 qualified sales calls per week. That means it comes to, if I even calculate that you do a 6-day working, it's about 2 to 3 sales calls a day. That's it that you need when it comes to doing your sales calls or getting to 20 lakhs a month. That easy and that simple. Now all you need to identify here is, how do I find these sales calls per day? What can be my method of lead generation for me to get to these sales calls per day? That's about it, because the biggest mistake most of the businesses do is this, that they do not invest into a consistent lead generation method. It is like a pipeline of water that you need for you to have any supply of water in the house, and you do not have that pipeline at all in your business, and you're constantly in a drought cycle saying pani 2 ghanta hi aayega, pakad ke rakho, right? That's because there is no water supply in your business. Because you've not identified a sales channel in your business. We work with our business owners, and every business, what I've noticed over years of working, any given business at any given point of time has at least 20 to 25 sales channels that you can actually tap in at a given point of time. That's not recommended. You should be working with only 3 or maximum 4 sales channels at a given point of time. But any point of time, you can keep circulating, and keep tapping in, and all you need is 2 to 3 sales calls per day. And this will get you to the number that we're talking about. And for each of you, you'll have your own number, right? Based on your own calculation. I want you to go to the chat box and tell me, what does this number look like for you? What is your number for you? How many sales calls a day do you need for you to get to your desired revenue? How many sales calls do you need for you to get to your desired revenue? 2 to 3, 1 to 2, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. What's this? Then why is it that you're not generating the desired revenue that you want to generate? What's coming in the way? 3 to 4, 5 to 6. I've not seen anybody say more than 10 here. You don't need a funnel. That's not what you need. That's again something that's overcomplicated concept of sales that people have created for you to look at your business. Yeah, I'm going to show you the reasons why this is not working for you. But before that, I want to know how many of you think that making money is hard, it's difficult to make money, it's a challenge to make money, and so on. It's not easy, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Is it this easy to make a 7-figure? Then to everybody would have made it. It can't be this easy, it's just in a paper, not really possible, and so on. Yeah, we have some of you, right? The reason why you're not making money is because of 2 major aspects. Okay, and I'm going to show you some of your revenue leaks, and I want to show you where the gaps are, and you have to today sit and identify where your gap is, because until you don't fix that, nothing's changing. And until you don't identify that and change that, nothing's changing either, because otherwise you can keep jumping, keep reading books, keep reading YouTube, keep listening to experts, keep jumping from bootcamp to bootcamp. The results of your life is not changing. You want a different result, you have to have a different approach to what you've been doing so far. And I'm going to show you right now. So be here, whatever you're doing, focus And this is your time to do a lot of self-evaluation, self-assessment, and to see what is going on with you in your business. Here are two reasons for not making money. One, you have a challenge with your sales system, and second is you have a challenge with your work habit. Okay, so I'm going to help you identify 6 leaks in your sales channels or your sales system right now that is silently killing your high ticket conversion, and nothing will change unless you don't fix one of this, and you have to take action to change this. Okay, the first leak is irrelevant leads. The biggest mistake that most of the business owners do is they're attracting leads that is not even aligned to what they're offering. They are not even aligned to the value that you're bringing. They're not even aligned to high ticket. And you're talking to a wrong set of people. You know, I had one of my participants saying, my calendar was blocked, Smita. I was talking to everybody, but I was not getting conversions. Because she was completely talking to wrong set of people. And then when we evaluated her entire lead generation process, her entire messaging was wrong. She was just talking generically to everyone. We are going to talk about how to make it precise tomorrow. She was just creating content which doesn't qualify. She was just putting things out there which was just a generic thing. And that was attracting vague people. And nothing will work unless you don't fix this. This is very, very, very important. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, and I'm going to show you how to fix this, because this is crucial. Just putting some post out there, just creating some content. You know, you're not a content creator, you're not an influencer, you're not someone who's a social media person. If you're just putting things out there, you have an expensive hobby. Everything that you do in your business should generate revenue. In a day and age where AI can do everything, you know, you don't need anybody for doing anything, right? It's so easy to do marketing. It's so easy to do anything. You can, you know, my husband is doing this whole thing of he wants to build a 6-pack app. He's been wanting to do it for a long time, change trainer after trainer. Guess now who's this new trainer? ChatGPT. And he's doing a brilliant job in the last 1.5 months. The progress he's had, I have not seen that for years. And that's the power of what AI can do today. And people are constantly worried, oh, will AI replace me? No, AI will not replace you. AI is going to demand mastery out of you now. You need to be really, really outstanding in what you do, not in just terms of a great product, knowing how you can actually deliver a solution which is uniquely tailored for a unique segment of people. Because if you're just one amongst many, you are going to be replaceable. If you're worried of AI, you're worried of any change that's happening, you bring in high value. You bring in mastery. You bring in a premium solution that makes people to feel that they want to pay you. Emotions are not replaceable. Connection is not replaceable. And you as a business owner have to learn how to get your mastery on this. So irrelevant leads, wrong set of people, wrong set of audience, wrong messaging, you're talking too generic, you're one amongst many, not working for you. Your business is close to getting extinct. Sorry being real, but that's the reality. You have to make some changes, otherwise it's in a danger red line. The second one is inconsistent leads. You know, where businesses have, some days leads are there, some days leads are not there, kabhi aaye, kabhi nahi aaye, no regular lead generation system. That is like, as I said, flood and drought cycle. Kab aaye, kab nahi aaye. Okay, and that way, you are not thinking like a business owner, you're thinking like a freelancer, and that's a mindset problem. And that's also a challenge in how we're approaching business. You know, recently we're talking about some clients of ours who've recently started business, moved to Dubai, doing some phenomenal work, making some brilliant money. Today we had every Wednesday my team comes together, we do a complete input on what's happening with every single client of ours. And I was asking, what's happening with this participant? Where are they? What's really going on? They said, you know, Smita, remember last call, they said they have a target. They almost achieved their target. They're there and they're busy with that. And I said, why are they busy with that? Why are they not generating new flow of revenue? I said, call them, tell them this has to change. They have to think like a business owner. You can't first create money, then cater to the existing client, then realize, oh, there is drought, then again go create money. Aisa nahi chalta hai. You need a regular flow of leads coming into your business. there has to be consistent flow of revenue generation, and there has to be a consistent flow of catering to your clients. This is called business. That is called by chance, by luck. Luck by chance is what you're doing. Paise aaye, cater kiya, as in, how are you planning your life? How are you even planning your family's life or anything for anybody? Dangerous place to be in. I recently hired someone, a video editor, and he said, "As why are you quitting your job?" He said, "I don't get my salaries on time in the earlier place." He's working in a digital marketing agency. And I said, "Okay, has this just been 1 month?" He said, "No, every month. We'll just get half a salary, we'll not get half the salary, then we get the salary at any point of time, there is no fixed time." And you expect high paying people to work with you? You expect good quality team to be a part of you? That's not going to happen. That's not how it's done. So that's a big challenge to fix, because there are multiple sales channels every business has. And depending on business to business, you can pick and choose any of these sales channels. There are more. I've just given you some of these examples. But there are more than 25 sales channels. You have to know how to tap into at least 3 or 4 and make that work. The first and the foremost thing that we do when we get started with our businesses is to help them generate this, यहाँ पे पानी पाइपलाइन में पानी लेके आओ. नहीं तो नहीं होगा. You पानी पकड़ के रखने का काम नहीं करना है. You have to get a free flow of water happening. Because if you don't have lead generation in your business, that's going to be a constant drought. We've got businesses who went by that method are today selling to celebrities. Today reaching out to bigger businesses. This is a business who's into GI related products, gut related products. And she's today selling more than 1 lakh of her product to multiple GI clinics, because we just helped her identify multiple methods of lead generation channels. She went on, reach out to celebrities. She's now working with some top GI clinics and so on. This is again somebody else who tapped into just a WhatsApp contact list and did that. So if you do not have money to invest into marketing, that's cool. Invest time. But you have to find one method of doing it. Otherwise, you'll keep going in this loop. And you as a business owner have to make a decision to break it. The next challenge that you have is the inability to convert leads. That's a sales skill and a mindset gap. As a business owner, this is a non-negotiable skill. You have to learn it, master it, just learn that craft. As simple as that. Go out there, learn it. Yeah? So that's non-negotiable. Otherwise, you're always going to just keep getting leads, never learn to convert them, and you will think business is not your cup of tea. People don't pay. Mujhe high ticket nahi milta. I am not a brand. The problem is none of that. The first time I closed a 5 lakh client for my one-on-one coaching, I had zero presence on Instagram, social media, anywhere on this earth. But I had learned this method of high ticket persuasion. I didn't need any presence. Today I charge 20 lakhs for a sale. People are not looking at your social media presence. I'm not saying it's not important, but it should generate revenue. It should be done in a methodological way. But that's not essential for you to start making money. Okay? The fourth leak is incompetent lead generation. Now this is a lack of confidence to generate leads. You're just doing a business based on referral and on hope. Because you are not sure any method of your lead generation is going to create either lead conversion, or your value is high, or you can create that kind of a result, and then you are getting by, winging it, dabbling in your business. It's time to get honest. It's time to get real, to be authentic to your own self, own it up and change it. It's learnable, it's figure outable. Work with people who know how to create value. Ask them how to do it. Work with the right set of people who can guide you. Come on the other side. Very simple as that. Otherwise, with you have to remember it's not just you who suffers. It's your people who have trusted in you. That could be your family, that could be your team who's there. And that's a very, very important thing to know. Because if it's just you, then you suffer. That's your choice. Right? But when people around you, people who love you, they suffer just because of wrong choices you make, I don't think that's worth it. I don't think they deserve that. They deserve better. Yeah? The next leak that you're missing out is inconsistent data tracker. This is killing sales like you can't even imagine. Most businesses that are even doing once a month, when I ask them, can you tell me where your most leads come from? What's the best conversion? where is the best source of conversion, they don't have any data which can tell them. Sales is numbers. You should know numbers. You should know how to do it. And no mathematical complex maths. I'm not a complex maths person myself. I can't read debit, credit or any of that. But this is an Excel sheet number. Simple numbers that tells you where is your maximum leads coming from, which source is converting maximum, where should you invest more time, where should you invest more money, where should you invest more resources, so that you know which is best, which is not best, which one is not working, which needs development, which needs improvement, which needs to get better. You know, we periodically track that for my own business. I periodically sit with my marketing agency, with my sales team, because how would you know where is a gap until you don't have a tracker? And you keep making it better and better and better and better. And that's how you know how to make the entire conversions and revenue better. Not complex science, very simple numbers. We provide sales trackers to our business owners and we get them to put this in numbers, and they go like crazy the minute they look at it. Like, oh my God, Smita, I never realized all this is happening in my business. It's insane, but it's a prerequisite mandate for you to have it. That's your 5th leak. The 6th one, identify where you're missing out, okay? Go to the chat, tell me which one you identified so far. Yeah? The 6th one is your work habits, alright? I'll just quickly do a run through because some of you are asking me. 5th is inconsistent data tracker. 4th, incompetent lead generation. That means you're just guessing by, you don't have a lead generation system, you just have a referral based approach. Your inability to convert leads, that's a sales skill challenge. Your 2nd one is your inconsistent leads, and the 1st one is irrelevant leads. So look at which of this is missing, which of this is not there in your business, which of this is killing your sales, because I want to come to the next one, and that is your work habit. That's your 6th one. Now, another reason that most of you are missing out on to your sales conversions or to the numbers is lack of clarity. How many of you know exactly what to do every single day in your business, where you're not double guessing, where you don't have a to-do list, where you're not creating a goal setting, but having a day-wise plan where you can literally go step by step, look at it and say, okay, if I want to do 20 lakhs 6 months from now, I know what I need to do today for me to get to that 20 lakhs. How many of you know that? How many of you have a clear system, a clear game plan for your own business? I don't believe in goal setting. This is something that we do as a 3-step process. I don't think goal setting ever works. But a day-wise plan, this is a business that, you must have heard in the beginning for most of you, some of the videos, some of the people talking about. These are businesses that, this business that I'm talking to you about, these guys started with 1 lakh with us when they started. And they said, Smita, if this does not work, I'll have to go back to my job and I can never come back to my dreams. This is my last chance for myself. This business, once they created this, and by the time they got to their 6th month, got to doing, in fact, by the time they were in their 4th month, got to doing 25 lakhs in sales, and no jokes. That's the number that they achieved. Why? Because they created a day-by-day game plan, and this is their last year's plan. Sitting here in October, in September, in August, I could figure out how their March is going to look like. This is how, when their CA meetings are, when their shoots are, when their operations team meet is, when their edits are, everything. Look at this, 5 lead calls, 5 lead calls, 5 lead calls, 5 lead calls. And no wonder they got to that number, because that's the number they wanted to do. And we just put this in place for them, didn't change anything in their business, just changed this. And boom, they got to their numbers. How many of you have a game plan of every single day? No action plan, no to-do list, no goal setting. Right? This is the number I want to get to in 6 months. Every day, this is what I need to get to. Yeah? How many of you have that? Come on. Because that's the next challenge, your work habit. You do not have clarity on what you need to do in terms of your business every single day. Because business owners confuse movement to progress. Movement is not equal to progress. Just being busy is not equal to progress. How many of you spend time every day in income producing activity? Which means everything that you do directly creates income. Posting on social media doesn't count in this. Taking care of the operation doesn't count in this. Directly creates income. How many of you do that? How many of you spend time talking to 100 leads every single day in your business? How many of you do that? 100 leads every single day. It could be you, your team, no worries, right? Nobody here. 100 leads at least in a week. Someone says I've got 50 lead calls daily and no sales. That's a problem, right? How many of you have a consistent day planned where you know in the day how to block your time for sales, for revenue generating activity? 60% of your day should go in revenue generating activity. How many of you have something like that going on in your business? How many of you, I had one of our participants say this, and one of my team members said this recently to me, and saying that there's one of our participants, she doesn't go on sales calls, she doesn't send us the sales calls recordings. We asked our participants to send us the sales call recording, and I was told that she doesn't send us the sales calls recording, she doesn't go on sales calls, she doesn't come on Monday practices. Why? Because she hates sales conversations. I'm like, okay. But this is something that needs to be fixed, because if you're going to not get into sales conversations, you're going to have a challenge of converting. You at least learn it first. If you don't like it, don't do it. Learn it first, master it, get some sales in, make some money, then hire a team and let them do it. No problem. I'm not saying do it. I don't do sales anymore in my business. That's okay. But first master it. So that your team goes wrong, you should be able to guide them, tell them. Otherwise, I have business owners who come and tell me, Smita, my team tells me clients don't pay. And I'm like, and what do you say? I don't know what to say. Yeah, of course, because you don't know how to tell them or guide them. And how are you expecting your team to get sales? So at least learn it, master it, make some money out of it. Then hire a team, get it done. Yeah, so that's your third habit. And the fourth one, that's the driven and the drifter. I'll tell you what a driven and a drifter is. We spoke about fear yesterday. There's a set of people who say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Their fear takes over. They go back to their Netflix and chill. That's your drifter. They're saying, forget it. I want to, but they forget. Ja rahe, bhul gaye, kahin aur chale gaye. Drift ho gaye. And then you have the driven. That's only 2% of the people who operate out of faith, who act in spite of fear, who say, I will fix this no matter what, who are willing to find a solution. There was someone who told me recently, I'm scared. I said, brilliant. Take action in spite of the scare. Take action in spite of the fear. Because that is needed. You have to go beyond it. And that is what gets you to the result. So are you the driven? Are you the drifter? Are you going to your Netflix and chill and forgetting life? Or are you taking action consistently to create results? Because if you don't fix this, no bootcamp will fix this for you. Because we have a lot more work to do, and I can keep teaching and keep going, and there's so much more for me to teach you. But the first question is, where do you stand in your sales system? Where do you stand in your mindset? Where do you stand in your belief? Unless we don't fix all of this, nothing's going to change. When we work with a selective set of people, and as I said, for me, I'm looking at 15 people from this batch. We work with them end to end in every aspect because we create results. And that is a driven set of people who come in, who create results. You could be stuck, you could be procrastinating, you could be lazy. That's because you do not have clarity. Yesterday, remember the action mind and the mind that gets you to take action. That is your belief, that's your logical and the primitive mind. If they are not aligned, there's no clarity. Then you'll not take action. So ask yourself, is it possible to have all the leads? Yes, it is possible to have all the leads. But what's important is to identify it and fix them. Ask yourself, where do you stand? Because sales is not by chance. Sales needs a system. Sales needs a process. You make that happen, sales is way easier than what you think. You know, I want you to do this. I want you to just close your eyes quickly for 2 minutes, all of you. Close your eyes and ask yourself, you know, if you book just those 2, 4, 5, 6, whatever your high quality calls per week that we spoke about, and use the script that I gave you today, and create a system that brings in these calls. Not a wish, not a luck, but a strategy. What would your next 6 months look like for you? What's going to be different in your business, in your sales, in your revenue, in your life? Because you're not a content creator, a social media expert, a coach, consultant, service provider, any of that. You're a sales system architect. Because when the system is in place, the income is predictable, the pressure is gone, the panic ends. The results look different. If you become one amongst many, people will treat you as one amongst many. If you're talking to everyone, no one's listening. If you're just winging it, you're never making the money. Sales is a combination of a lot of things put together, and you need all of those things for you to make this work. Now here's what I'm going to do for the people who are really serious about changing this for yourself in the next 6 months. I'm going to give you a chance to work with us closely. How many of you would want us to work with you over the next 6 months, step by step, and get you to create your revenue cycle, your desired revenue blueprint, and actually make that a reality? Go and say me in the chat box. I'm not selling anything to you today. That's not how we work. We qualify who we are going to work with. We select who we are going to work with, because I only want the driven set of people. And I want serious action takers, because if we bring you on board, we guarantee you results. Saying what? Guarantee? Yes, guarantee. Because if you have a system in place, you do the work, you learn the right skill, you fix your mindset, you have to create results. I have seen people go from literally zero in depths of lakhs of rupees to literally create those lakhs in a month. And I've seen this over and over and over again. What do I charge? I'll come to that. But first, I want to know how many of you are keen to really fix this into your business, because I want to give you a chance today to book a call with my lead strategist if you're really the serious lot. And if we feel that you qualify, then we will give you a chance to work with us long term. Okay, and if we work with you, we create guaranteed results. It's as simple as that. Yeah, so I'll tell you how we do the work, what really happens, how does the whole process go about, and if that's what calls out to you, I'm going to give you a chance to even book the call and get a chance to work with us. Let me just give me a second. Team, I would need access to the RSL document, if you can just send it to me. Yeah. Cool. So I'll show you how we work with you, and I'll show you how the whole process goes about, and then I'll give you a chance to book a call with our lead strategist. Now here is how it's going to look like. What's going to happen is, you're going to get, after I tell you the whole process, you're going to get a booking link in the chat, and you're also going to get a scanner. Okay, you're going to be paying $14.99 for the call booking for you to get an access to a Calendly link. Okay, I'll tell you the whole process. It will come to you. I'm just telling you right now how that is going to look like. Now this amount is completely refundable. I'm not charging this amount from you for keeping it with me. This is something as a commitment for you to show up on that call. Okay, so if you book that amount, put that amount, you will be directed to a Calendly link. You book a slot, that's going to be a one-on-one call with my lead strategist, and we are on that call going to qualify you and see if you're ready for the long-term journey. And if you're ready for the long-term journey, you get a chance to block in the seat, put your offer, because for the early action takers today, you're going to have some special gifts that's going to come your way. That is only and only for the early action takers today. So if you're very, very short, then don't miss the chance. I'll tell you the charge, guys. Let me tell you how it works, and then we'll come to the charge. Nothing's hidden. I'm going to tell you all of it. Okay? So for the early action takers, we're going to book the call. If when you come on the call, you will have a call once based on whatever slot is available. Once you come on the call, If we qualify you, you'll be presented with an offer. You'll be expected to take a decision on the call. You will be expected to put a deposit amount of 25,000 for you to block your seat. That is not the price of the total course. That is just a deposit amount. I teach high ticket. I obviously charge high ticket. We don't do itna hi milega, utna hi milega. When you work with us, it's an end-to-end solution. The aim is to double your revenue in the next 6 months. Okay, so hear out the entire process first. I'll tell you the whole process. If that calls out to you, book the call, show up on that call. If we qualify you, we give you the offer, we get you to block the seat. Even if you have money right now, we are not letting you block the seat. We are not letting you work with us because that is not how we do this. Team, just look into the questions that's coming in the chat because I can't do both at the same time. That's going to be very challenging for me. Right, so here's what I'm going to do, and here's my whole journey, and here's my option for you to know how we do this and what we exactly do. And before we do that, do you want to see a little glimpse of what that can look like for you in terms of revenue, or do you want to hear how we do this and the whole process? Let me actually take you through the process and then I'll show you a little glimpse of how that revenue looks like. Yeah, okay, all right, cool. I have a lot of enthusiastic people here for sure. Okay, done. Right. Here's a journey. It's a 6-month journey. It's not a timeline journey. It's a guaranteed result-based process. But we put a timeline because otherwise people slack. My aim for you is this. I want to work with businesses and help them hit their first 8-figure months. First 8-figure month. But this is not what we start with. My first step for you is, in the next 6 months, let's work together and let's double your revenue. Experience the power of what we do. Experience the results that we create. Taste money. Taste results. See how easy it is to double the revenue. People say, oh, doubling the revenue takes 2 years. Not true. You have the right system, the right approach, and the right mindset. 6 months is enough for you to get to that number. Absolutely doable, not a challenging thing. Okay? People think, oh no, I need AI to fix this for me. AI will do nothing for you. When you go on the sales call with your client, you have to speak. You have to know how to talk to people so that people buy and convert. And we work with you and train you at that level for you to actually be able to do that with your clients. And that is why we create results every single time. I have got people go from 0 to lakhs. I have got people go from lakhs to crores. I literally have my business owners, some of them generating a crore in a month. I have some people doing 20, 25, 30, 45, 50. I have people some doing 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, depending on where their starting point was. We have seen businesses get to doubling their revenue in 6 months every single time. We do this through a 7-step approach. What we do in the first step, which I want to cover tomorrow. So tomorrow is not done yet, by the way, for the ones who are here. Tomorrow we have a lot more work to do. We have to cover what I want to tell you today, how to become a premium solution, how to be the only choice, how to not be compared to competitors, how to talk to the right audience, how to create premium offers, how to handle objections, how to stop chasing clients. We're going to do all of that tomorrow. So we have a lot more work tomorrow. But this is for the early action takers who are ready, don't want to sit on the fence, ready to take action, move forward. People like me, this is your chance. Okay? The first step we do is, we take you through a 7-step process. The first step we do is help you identify how to stand out as a premium choice for your prospect. None of this happens as a generic approach. It's a one-to-one sessions that you have with my strategist who sits with you, identifies this for you in your business. No one size fits all. Somebody sits with you one-on-one on a call, understands the depth of your business, goes to the deepest approach to what you're doing in your business. From there, we help you identify how to position yourself. We don't change your business approach, strategy, or any of that. That's your expertise. We help you stand out and become the premium choice for your prospect in a way that your prospect looks at what you're offering and your prospect says, this is what I want. This is the solution that I was looking for. That's the first thing we do. We help you craft that. You don't have to figure it out. We help you find it out. The second step we do is, then we help you identify which is that high ticket paying audience, which is that high ticket paying clients who are willing to pay you the premium, and how to talk to them, how to reach out to them. A lot of you asked me today where to find these clients. We will show you how to find these clients and where to find them after that. Okay, so how do you identify who they are, how to talk to them, what are they, where do they hang out, how to get to them, how to start approaching them, and how to get them to pay you a premium. We help you identify that. Once that is done, then we come to identifying your sales channels, so that, as I said, you need water in your pipeline, right? So you need regular leads flowing through in your business. So we help you identify that in your business and start generating leads. Then we help you craft irresistible offers, so that you stop just becoming like one another choice and becoming a premium choice of your customers, in a way that your clients say, wow, I want to pay high ticket. And we are masters in this. Just for doing this, people charge at least 5 to 7 lakhs just for doing a crafting an irresistible offer. We craft it for you. You don't have to do it. Power words, making your premium choice, writing the right language, making it. We'll cover all this tomorrow. So I'll also give you some examples and show you how that works. But we'll craft it for you, give it to you, and we'll show you how to present it to your client. Just this has got our participants to bank clients, to get leads, which have been looking for bigger brands and came and paid them a premium, which is got every single time. That's the power of this. This itself costs you 5 to 7 lakhs. Okay? Then we help you identify yourself. You know, you can have the best strategies, but if you don't have the best approach, that is your own mindset, and if your stories are not fixed internally, you are never going to make money. So we rewire your mental pathway in a way that you become money ready. And this is not through close your eyes, imagine money falling. That's not how it works. It's an entire mental rewiring, which becomes breakthrough after breakthrough for people. The best and the best of the people been in the business for 15, 20 years have done these exercises and said, oh my God, I never understood, this is where I've stuck. I have done just this one step, worked with business owners, with industrialists, stuck in 10 crores, 15 crores for years together. Just by working on their mindset, I have got them to change their business and the results within 3 months. And they tell me that I wish I would have got this 5 years back. I was stuck for so many years and I didn't realize it's coming in the way. Remember yesterday we did your revenue ceiling? We break that revenue ceiling so that you're ready for the new level of revenue. Then we move on and craft your 180-day game plan, so that no more figuring in your business, no more guesswork in your business, so that you know every single step. What do you need to do in your business? What do you need to have, every day, what do you need to do, so that you're not guessing, you have clarity. All you do is take action, have more free time in your day, have more time for your family, enjoy a better life, at the same time do work that equivalents to money. Okay? Then we do the step 7, that is helping you master persuasion and sell like a pro. We don't do any of this in a group approach. You have a one-on-one call with a one-on-one strategist who sits and fixes all of this in your business. Okay? Along with that, we don't just leave you by giving you concepts. You practice this with us. We get you to come on every Monday with us on a sales call, where in the community, you're practicing everything that you've learned in terms of your sales conversations. And you have my team members and me come in on those sales calls, give you feedbacks, give you inputs, give you insights on how to get better, how to change your approaches. Not just that, you actually can take your real life sales calls with your real prospects, record it. It could be video recording, it could be audio recording. We've got people literally put, their voice notes put on their phone and put in their pocket and share that with us. And we listen to it and give you feedbacks, give you insights, give you, change of approach of how to do that. And that is how we create results. So this is what we do in short for now, for you to understand. Okay? If you think that this is what you're looking at and this is what you want in your business, where someone's going to sit with you one-on-one, fix your strategies, fix your approaches, identify your audience, identify how to craft, talk to, become that premium, create leads, look at every step of your sales, fix it for you, teach you how to talk like a pro, because sales can never be learned by watching somebody else do it. Otherwise you would have got it by now. You have to learn and understand the concept, then you have to go and apply it and implement it. And during a sales call, we don't want you to do the mistakes. Come do the mistakes with us. do all the mistakes, do all the blunders, do everything. That's an open place. That's a place for you to go wrong, so that you can go right and make money when you go out there in your sales calls. And there is not a single place I know of in this world, in this planet Earth, that gets you to do this level of hands-on work and gives you this level of hands-on practice, hands-on approach at the price that we charge. Okay? I normally charge minimum 15 lakhs for my one-on-one coaching, but I know that's not what everybody can afford. So this whole thing comes to you at the 1/10 of the price. Even if you close 2 sales extra for 1 lakh each, you would have recovered your cost fee. Okay, so for the ones who think you're ready, here's your chance. For early action takers, you're going to have bonuses, you're going to have extra special gifts coming your way. There are extra special things coming your way. I've not told you all of that right now. This is for the early action takers who just want to know what results can we create. Go out there, book a call with my team. Here's the link. Put in that $14.99. Come on that call. If we feel for any reason if you're not a right fit, we will immediately initiate that refund. We're not keeping that money. I'm not making any money out of that, by the way. Okay, for you to come into this bootcamp, I spend more money in my ads and marketing than what you even pay for this bootcamp. So don't worry, I'm not making any money out of it. Okay, what you do is $14.99 is the amount. Pay in that $14.99. From there, you will be guided towards a Calendly. Book your one-on-one slot. After the one-on-one slot, show up on that slot. On that slot, we will identify if you're a right fit and how ready you are to work with us. If you're feeling that you're ready, you will be given the offer. We'll tell you the entire process, how the whole thing works, the entire system, so on and so forth. And from there, you will be expected to block your seat on the call with a deposit of 25,000. Now, if you're someone who's sitting there thinking, I can't really afford this, that's a lot of money, that's a deposit amount. By the way, it's a high ticket. As I told you, it's more than 1 lakh. But if you don't pay that, or if you're not going to fix the revenue cycle for your own self, the sales gap that you identified in the morning, you need to ask yourself, what's more costly? Losing that money or making this money in your business? Because we are not done yet. I have a lot more to teach you. We have day 3, but this is for the serious action takers, because you're going to have early gifts and you're going to have early gifts and you're going to have early rewards coming for the ones who are booking the call and coming on the call and going ahead with the journey before tomorrow. So for the ones who get the slots tomorrow, before tomorrow, book it. Yeah. And what's the total cost if I offer one-on-one? The one-on-one includes me and the entire team. That's for 15 lakhs. Okay, but book in the call either for that, even for one-on-one. I screen and take people. There are only 2 clients I take in a year for one-on-one. We take very few people for one-on-one. My aim is to reach out to maximum people in terms of not the bulk people. Every month we work with a limited set of people. As I said, I want only 15 people from this batch. Work with a limited set of people, serious people, and create results, because this is my commitment to myself for where I was. Okay? For serious people, we evaluate, we decide, we qualify. If you fit in, we will help you find a way out. If money is a challenge, we will make this easy for you. The pricing doesn't change, but we will find an easy payment solution. Okay, the payment solution is going to come down to as less as, I think, 45,000 in a month. If you can't even do that for your own business, then I don't know what you can do. For the ones who can make it easy, you're also going to have a no-cost EMI, which will come down to as low as 10,000 rupees in a month if you convert it into a no-cost EMI. So you have multiple options to make this easy for you. All you need to do is show the courage and be the driven one to book that call. Okay, so here's a chance. Book the call. Go on that call. The money, in case you don't go ahead, is completely refundable. If you don't go on the call, that is not refundable. Okay, you have to show up on that call. This is for you to value the time of my team and yourself and of others, because when you block a slot, somebody else misses onto that slot. So please book a slot where you're 100% sure of showing up. Okay, that's the only thing that's expected. Ask all your questions, get clarity, understand how we can work with you, how we can help you achieve the results, get complete insights, and from there we can mutually decide if you're a right fit, and then we will take it ahead. No force, no push, no hard sell. No one's going to sit on your head for you to make that decision. All we want is decision makers to take a good decision. Yes, no, both works. That's no problem at all. Okay? So go ahead and book that call, because tomorrow we have a lot more work to do. We're not done yet. Tomorrow we have to work on how to create a premium solution, how to become the premium choice. How much you have to pay to book a call is $14.99 is what you pay to book a call. Okay. We are going to work on how to become a premium solution, how to identify the people who are going to pay you the premium choices, how to craft your messaging, how to speak to your audience in that language that they say that this is calling out to me, this is what I want, how to use this script and combine all that I'm going to tell you tomorrow and make that script work for you 100%, how to do objection handling through some very powerful methods, how to stop chasing your clients and get your clients to chase you. No more client ghosting, cold calling, DMing, asking them to buy. Like the amount of DMs I get on Instagram every single day, it's insane of the amount of people who are pushing their sales. And I'm sure all of you are. No one likes to be sold like that. So we're going to do all of that tomorrow. We are going to do all of this work, and there is a lot more things for us to address. For the ones who are going to book a call today, tomorrow I'll tell you when you would have already got started on the journey, that you have a special extra bonus over and above what we have for everybody else who's going to be on the journey. And that's why I said today is for early action takers. Can you book a call tomorrow? Yes, you can book a call tomorrow. However, the extra special bonus that you're going to get by booking a call today, you will not get that tomorrow. So I want to see who are the driven people. I want to see who are the action takers who are really sitting there, who really want to change it, who really are saying, I'm done, not anymore sitting and figuring out. Okay, if you have enjoyed day 1 and day 2, we have a lot more to do on day 3, and there's a lot more learning, but the game is all about implementation. If you're serious, I want to work with you. I want to take you to the next level. I want to create results, and I want to show you how this is possible. In fact, you know what? I want to show you examples of some of these people who have done a beautiful work, and I can keep showing you videos after videos after videos. But let me put up some beautiful people who have gone through this journey. We have a lot of them. Let me take you through. Guys, can you give me Urvi and Unmesh's video? Or you could give me a combined video. Play any video for them to just have a look at how this can turn around for them, or what could this look for them. Yeah. Here this is
Before
it
we
now.
onboarded with Team Smita, we were doing a retainer of 7 lakhs retainer amount, because we are a marketing agency. So we work on retainer basis only. Today, we are doing 22 lakhs in retainer. And this is a growth of 9 months. 9 months after, Smita join करने के बाद 3-4 months तो हमने ऐसे ही टाइम पास किया था. We were not attending calls and anything. तो वो हमारा दिवाली के बाद एक सेशन हुआ था, which was the game changer for us, and वहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक तो ग्रोथ ही देखी है बस.
तो उसके बाद कॉन्फिडेंस, उसके बाद के नंबर्स, आई थिंक मतलब स्टैंडिंग हियर आई वुड से वी डिजर्व इट. ऐसा कभी हुआ नहीं था, ऐसा कभी हमने सोचा नहीं था, इतने तो टारगेट्स भी नहीं थे. और टू बी वेरी ट्रू, जो टारगेट इस वक्त हमने सेट किया है, वॉट एवर वी आर स्टैंडिंग, इट इज 10x द नंबर दैट वी हैव टारगेटेड. मतलब यू यूज्ड टू वर्क विद छोटे ब्रांड्स, छोटे FMCGs like the one who are just started, but today the level is like we are working with enterprise. ठीक है, तो if I just try to name them, Varna, Foodrite, Gokul Dairy, Datharas Dairy are some of the big brands that we have in FMCG. So Urvi takes the lead there. And then in the B2B space, we have been working with Microsoft Teamweavers now. We have got Fortinet, we have got Efax, Plastop, ClearStack. So these are all SaaS companies जिसके साथ हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं. And then things have been a rigorous change, that would I say.
This has been a game changer. This has made us stronger than ever before. We have joined when we were in the lowest of the dip possible, and today we are with all of these strengths, with our heads on our shoulders, very proud of where we are standing today, and very confident. अब तो कुछ भी हो जाए, अब तो हो ही जाएगा हमारे से.
So when you are here and still you can't achieve the numbers that you or Smita committed to you, I guess it's your fault. It's your fault. It's not the team Smita's fault, because you get the right guidance, and it's about the execution and implementation and the product that you hold. Okay, if you have a great product, if you have a good execution coming into the play, then I don't feel that the numbers can't be achieved over here.
I would say really thank you for the customization and the day you put in for us post Diwali. I don't think anyone would have done that because you already have a payment. You could have just skipped us out there कि नहीं करना है मत करो हमारा क्या है उसमें. But you made that effort, you brought us in and you invested your day with us to hear us out, to give us the customization and to make us feel that तुम्हें जो चाहिए वो मिल जाएगा. Thank you for that. And I would really appreciate the team also for this.
There is one typical word in sales named as follow-up. But it is not a independent terminology that I would like to say. There are 3 F's that come up with follow-up. First is focus, second is follow-up, and last is follow-through. The focus and the follow-through.
Yeah, it's a little long one, so I'm not going through the whole thing. Yeah, but I can go through hundreds and hundreds of stories like that. We can do just one extra day of a boot camp for me to keep playing videos after videos, and we have many more stories like that. You know, we recently did an event which we keep doing events to celebrate business owners, and we had about 50 of them in the room, and from which we give awards to the ones who have actually won in terms of done their sales, double, triple, 4 times, 5 times, whatever. We had 36 people in that room who won awards, and that's the power of the results that we create. Okay, and for you, if you are there and if you are someone who's ready, go ahead and block that call. If you have blocked the call and if you have not been guided to the Calendly, let me know here in the chat so that I can help you. I can get the team to help you, or somebody can respond and reach out to you. Would like to book one-to-one call tomorrow? That's up to you, Ninad. I'm going to give you some very special bonus which is going to come in only for the ones who are doing the action taking today, and that's no stress, no pressure, but that's just my gift and my award for the ones who are booking the call today. You will miss that. That's the only thing. Otherwise, you're getting everything else because I want to tell you more about how we work tomorrow, more about what extra things are coming in, and all of that. That's up to you. If you want to wait, that's fine. But one thing, this extra bonus will not come because that involves some calls with me, and that I can't give to many people. That's a reward for the extra action takers. Okay. Aarti says, haven't received. Can someone from the team please help Aarti? Guys, if you book the call, you can tell me here in the chat, because if either me or the team will look into this and we will ensure that we're reaching out to you. Team, you can put in the scanner, and the guys who can't go through the link, you can do the scanner. What you can do is once you do the scanner, you will be getting the payment link. You'll put the payment link, take a screenshot of the payment, and team, can you share the support number? And for the ones who are going through the scanner, take a screenshot of the payment, share it with the support number. The team will ensure someone calls you and gets you to book a one-on-one Calendly slot. Okay? Siddharth says call booked, Nisha says call booked, Nishan says call booked. So everybody who has booked the call, you could tell me here, or it's okay if you don't tell me here as well. If you're not just guided to the Calendly, tell me here, and we could have a look. Team, can you put the support number in the chat box, please? Not to me, to everybody. My team is funny, they're sending me the number. So the support number is in the chat box. You could, if you're going through the Google Pay scanner, scan it and take a screenshot of that. Scan it, make the amount, pay the amount, that's $14.99. Take a screenshot of the payment, share it with the support number, and the team will reach out to you and help you book a Calendly slot one-on-one. Okay, all of you will get the slot. Okay, don't worry on that. If you book the slot and you want to leave, that's fine. Tomorrow we have a lot of work to do. Come in sharp on time because it's not done yet. Don't think, okay, she told about the booking call, it's done. No, we have a lot of work tomorrow. So come in tomorrow. We have very important, crucial day because I'm going to show you some missing elements that nobody talks about in sales tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that. Okay. All right. So come in tomorrow. What I want to do is I'm going to leave you with 2 minutes, take a quick 2 minutes break, and I'm going to come back and ask any questions that you have in terms of booking the call, because I can see a lot of chats coming in. So I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, and I'm going to come back and take in your questions related to booking the call. Day 3, we have all the Q&A to do. If you have any challenges in terms of booking the call, in terms of guiding towards a Calendly, I will answer it here. So give me 2 minutes. Here's a scanner for you till then. The payment link is there with you for the ones who want to go through the payment link directly to Calendly. That's there with you in the chat. For the ones who are done with booking the call, and if you want to leave, you have no questions, that's completely fine. For the ones who need any clarity in terms of booking the call, I'm going to come back in 2 minutes. So here's a scanner. Until then, team, put the Razorpay link for them, for the ones who can go through the link and directly book the Calendly. And I'm going to come back in 2 minutes, guys. Give me 2 minutes. All right. Anybody who has questions, anything to ask in terms of booking the call, anybody who is stuck, anybody who needs any guidance, I'm right here. If you're going to be stuck, if you're going through the scanner, you will have directly through the scanner, it will be amount. You need to take a screenshot, share it with the support number, because the team will then reach out to you and help you with booking your slot one-on-one. Okay, the amount is refundable only when you show up. Okay, so you have to show up, so don't miss the call. Book the call. Excited to see if there's a good fit for me. That's brilliant, Jessica. Super excited to see if we are a right fit and see if we can work together. Let's see what's there in store. Aarti, can someone help with Aarti? I'm sure by now I must have helped. Any questions? Anybody who has any questions? If no, then tomorrow we have a lot more work to do. Come in tomorrow. I had a great time. We had a brilliant time working with you. I hope you learned something new. I hope you had some new insights. You had some new perspective shift about sales, because we have a lot more work to do tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow. We have some most unshared and the biggest secrets of high ticket selling coming to you tomorrow. That's going to be revealed to you tomorrow. So come in tomorrow. You can't miss day 3. It's going to be completing the whole package of all that we spoke and serving you a delicious cake that you don't want to miss, because that's going to be the best thing that you could do for your business, for your sales, for your life, and for your revenue, and most importantly, for your loved ones. Gift them the gift of making money. With that, I will see you. Take care. Bye-bye. See you. Good night.